Hmm. All right. Let's see if I took any notes. Took some notes. So the prologue was brought to you by somebody I don't remember. Who was it, Brad?
Anniversary blend of Starbucks.
Coffee, which is ironic because Althea was drinking coffee in the prologue.
Sure was.
So yeah, pretty much without getting too much into detail because there's very very little detail. If I remember correctly, there was a scene there with Althea kind of looking tired and drinking coffee, and Kissiv approached and they had a brief exchange and conversation regarding results or if there was any progress with what the research was. It kind of sounded like Althea was like shooken up at that point too, I believe, in regards to what her father had essentially was becoming at that point and was pretty much unrecognizable by the time that Kissiv saw him. I think there was a difference in opinion of like, oh, clearly this is progress, and then it's like, no, this isn't progress. He's a monster, essentially. Kissiv kind of reprimanded Althea, I think, at some point. It was like, listen, I told you, bitch. I told you this is gonna be. You don't want to do this, and you said no, do it for my daddy. And those exact words. Doctor, I always remember the last name, or forget the Wrexham. That was the father. But anyways, the unrecognizable part of him, or the part at the very end of the prologue there, where he actually saw Dr. Wrexham was his eyes were pretty much kind of like panned to his eyes, and his eyes were basically just fissures. There's nothing. They're completely gone. Just black holes, if I remember correctly. And there was a comment about making a price or knowing the price when you make a deal with the devil. And the one part I don't remember was I think there was, maybe somebody else remembers this. There was like, I don't remember if it was a whisper or it was like mental communication. But I got the at the very end, the two words that were said was "kill him." So I'm assuming I don't remember if that was something that was being told to Althea or what it was, but
It was something she had written in the book that she was taking notes in.
Okay. Couldn't remember.
Like out of the blue, she just like grabs some paper and scrawls out some sigils.
Yeah.
Kill him. Yeah.
Two words that were made out were "kill him." But anyways, the party. What did the party do? The party fought a thing, right? We fought a big, nasty tentacle hentai boy. It was gross and wet and influence people's minds and grab people and try to squish them and pull them down with them. Party prevailed. Trying to think if there was anything that stands out from the encounter.
I can do the combat recap.
Sure, go for it.
It's the little highlights from everything.
I find combat pretty boring, so I usually don't write it down. No offense to any of you.
Arthur's grabbed by tentacles. Eldon casts Sanctuary on Arthur. Eldon hits the creature with Toll the Dead. Traffy slashes the creature with his great axe. Legoyne hits the creature with his sword and spear for serious damage. We get a "way to go, turtle boy" from Traffy. Selphina casts Toll the Dead at Eldon, who saves. The creature hits but doesn't affect Legoyne. Arthur casts Thorn Whip at the creature. Sanctuary drops and Eldon casts Spirit Guardians. The creature misses Traffy, cutting Arthur free. Traffy slashes the tentacles around the gardener. Legoyne slashes again with his sword. Delphina saves to end the urges of friendly fire. She hits the creature with Toll the Dead. The creature is defeated. And the water recedes. And if you want to pick up, Billy.
Yeah, after that, all that gross stuff floated back down the poop chute, which we then later realized that, well, maybe we should have pulled all that stuff out at some point, but fuck it. It's already been an hour. It's down there. It's churning now. But yeah, there was a handful of checks, mostly kind of trying to figure. The group was trying to figure out, how the energy worked between the panel readouts and the different 3 basins that create the arcane energy. Excuse me. After some checks and some kind of toying around, Eldon did a pew pew, did a lightning pew, jump started him, and that was kind of the from there it was kind of everybody at some point. Oh, there was a training bit where everybody I think had to actually interact with the basins. Can't remember if that was to basically send the energy. I can't remember how that part played in, because they were activated whenever the lightning was shot through them, or kind of like recharged. But I think it had to do with something with the distribution of water, maybe. I don't remember. But anyways, so they got that back up and going. The water was also, by that point, after the creature was killed, the water was draining. I don't know how far that got by the time, or I don't remember how far that got by the time the end of session ended, but seemed like it was going pretty quickly. There was a discussion about sorry, doing some other stuff. There's a discussion about resting too. I actually honestly can't remember if we did the energy bit first or if we rested first, but talked about resting. We're like, do we push on? Do we rest a little bit? Do we rest a lot? Conclusion was, well, let's stick it out for now and see what happens. Like 5 minutes into the hour rest, a trap was sprung that Arthur had. I think it was Arthur. Was it Arthur? Yeah. Used a spell that I never heard of, by the way, Trent. Never heard of that rope trick or whatever it is. And through a series of random events and rolls and poor rolls on Kissev's end, he was caught in a rope trap. So he basically came in and said, "Hey, you guys, we should go, or not we, you're going to go fight this, all these undead abominations. Take an hour. I'll see you later." It was actually much more than that, because he said, "Hey, I have the key to go to this next area that you want to go to. I'll give it to you if you do this." And through a series of, "Why don't you give us the key now?" Or just straight up, "Hey, give me the key, that's dumb." Through Kissev using magic, and I can't remember if he used magic with Traffy or if it was just down to rolls or not, but I know he definitely used magic on Legoyne.
Yeah. I don't think he used it on me.
Yeah. I think by that point, after that, the second attempt happened, then it was like he just kind of tucked the key away and kind of was just like, go take a rest. Yep. Legoyne was confused. As were we.
Above game, I don't know if I said this or not, but it was modified memory that was used on Legoyne.
Yeah, I wasn't sure if it was that or I was thinking it was something a little bit stronger,
Like
just because
command or something.
Well, I was thinking
I
it
can't
had.
remember if you said that or if I just assumed that's what it was.
I was
What?
thinking it was something like that, or Gaius maybe, or
I
something.
remember what
weird.
Donovan
Dominant?
indicated was that like words were mouthed, but he just wagged his finger or something.
Mhm.
That's all I remember.
Yeah. But yeah, that makes sense. Great modified memory. So the party's like, what the fuck? Fuck, man. This is bullshit. Then we went and fucked up the door. Because who the fuck needs a key for these doors? We can just break through them and blow them up, right? We don't need keys. Fuck that. So, broke through a cage, contemplated doing door stuff, couldn't dispel it. It was like, how much
Should say that broke through the gate with Legoyne doing a Bowser spin.
Yeah, this is true. There's a Bowser spin with a little flare of Traffy fucking Sparta kicking him.
Traffic kicking me. Yeah.
And really, it was just like you Bowser spinned and like into it, and then Traffy kicks you afterwards, right? Just like
It made the difference. I think it was like a DC 20. Umbrellas had rolled like a 19.
Yep, and then it added like a 1 or 2 or something.
Yeah.
So it wasn't just for flavor. It actually it made the difference. So yeah, Bowser spin worked. Said fuck that cage. And kind of debated at the second door for a while, which was like, well, maybe we can just go start making our way up, grab supplies on the way, and see what we'll do from there. Eventually, we left and went south or north, upward.
Sweet. Yep. Anybody else have anything else to add?
During the short rest, Legoyne found or like inspect the green's blood more. It's become like a sludge or like a ooze. And then Arthur also pulled a couple of coffers of 500 gold piece worth of silver
Oh yeah.
coins.
I forgot the patch.
So Selfina's shares of them are being held by
So much
Traffy.
money.
Also, we found that the oxygen and power were sufficient, but water's obviously non-drinkable. I also have that. Maybe you mentioned it, I missed it. Traffy launched a javelin at the stone door behind the cage. Then thunder damage just sent out in a wave, hitting Legoyne, Eldon, and Safina. So
Sweet.
that's all I got.
Quick recap, guys. All right. We're going to dive into this week's prologue. This week's prologue is brought to you by Yeti. The microphone brand, not the water bottles. Okay. So we find ourselves once again in the same observation room. Seconds after the last prologue had ended. Althea sits hunched over the book in which she spent many a night scrawling in. Her eyes are bloodshot and beads of sweat drip vigorously down her feverish face. The crooked, devilish grin is still woven across her face, and in a decisive fit of rage, she slams the book shut and shoves it in with the rest of her belongings. She makes to leave the room, but stops before looking back and unlocking the barred door, which had held her father. She replies, "Don't worry, Father. I'll be right back." In another room, Dr. Kissel sits down at his own desk in his personal office, passively thumbs through a book titled The Nine Circles of Hell and Their Lords by Dance with the Devils, written by outcaster Robert Wrexham. Every few pages, he pauses, scribbles a note onto a nearby tome, before continuing to flip through to the next passage of intrigue. He repeats this routine for an hour or so, and he finishes the contents of his mug soon afterwards. Lets out a long sigh, casually marks his place in the book, closes it, and sets the book aside. And in a nonplussed fashion, he turns his seat to face the now open door to his chambers. He speaks. Yes, Althea, is there something I can help you with? Without a word, she takes 3 strides towards him and wraps one of her hands around his throat. With the strength of 10 men, she lifts him off the ground, above the seat, and into the air above. For a few moments, Kislev struggles to release her grip, but soon realizes the futility of it. He relents and rests both of his hands upon hers, giving him just enough room to breathe and speak. As he looks down at Althea, her amber eyes are bloodshot, and he lets out a chuckle. So, it was you who became the vessel for his power. You used your father as a decoy. You desecrated his body for power. Althea smirks, tightens the grip on Kislev's throat. The red veins around her irises begin to swell and burst, and blood begins to flow like waterfalls from the bottom of her eyes. The whites of her eyes turn to a black abyss, and the bones of her face begin to break and grow. She lets out a groan of anger as her body begins to undergo a complete transformation. Her shoes rip in half, and her feet become hooves of a goat. The clothes in her body are torn, and her skin begins to burst forth with massive muscles. Her skin turns a fiery red, and 4 horns sprout from her head. After the transformation seems to come to a halt, the figure's expression returns to an all too familiar smirk. Your attempt at shaming this vessel will no longer work, dear Kislev. The one you once knew as Althea no longer exists. Not here, nor in any world. Kislev, while this is going on, wrestles his way around the fiend's hands, allowing, at this point, the long, sharp black nails to dig into its throat just so he can breathe. And as for the outcaster, I've done nothing but gift him power. What they choose to do with this power is not of my concern. Kislev struggles through breath to speak once again. So tell me, if you're no longer Althea, then who exactly are you? The figure again tightens their grip, this time their claws digging deeper into Kislev's throat. I am known by many names. The Lord of Nessus, the Raging Fiend, the Lord of Lies, the First Archfiend, the Supreme Master of the 9 Hells. But you know me as Asmodeus. In what seems to be his final moments, Kislev smiles and laughs. In an anger of response, the fiend grasps Kislev's head, and with the other hand, squeezes until his head bursts, splattering chunks of skull and brain all over the chambers. Relishing the moment, the fiend falls into a triumphant fit of laughter. They hold the remains of Kislev above their head and tear it asunder, showering themselves in his blood. After a minute or so passes, silence falls upon the room. The only sound to be heard is guttural, beast-like breathing of the fiend. And then, a single footstep, splashing in the puddle of blood on the ground. In a panic, the devil turns back, but isn't fast enough. The figure of Althea's father stands behind the devil and thrusts a long, gnarled dagger into its back through their heart. The fiend roars in pain, attempting to reach behind their back to free themselves of the strike. But in just a matter of seconds, the fiend's wrestled to the ground. The blade that protrudes through the front of the chest is wreathed in a void of black energy, a void that, for every second it remains, drains more life from the beast. Finally, once again breaking the silence, a voice behind them speaks out. Surprise! In between bated breath, the fiend responds. Who are you? What is this? This is impossible. My friend, you may be the darkness, but I am what looks back as you peer into the darkness. You may be the raging fiend, but I am the rage. You may be the supreme master of the 9 hells, but I am the master. You may be lord of lies, but I am the truth. He twists the blade, causing the fiend to unleash an unearthly roar of pain. The beast lies motionless on the ground. The dagger's void of energy continues to pulsate from within the body that was once Althea. The man rises to his feet, calmly walks over to the drawer and one of his desks nearby, retrieves a washcloth and calmly wipes the blood from his hands and then the area around his eyes on his face, before tossing the cloth to the ground. Climbs back up atop the body, leans in closer to the dagger. Gripping its hilt, he leans in and says, "But you, my friend, you know me as Robert." And we are back on floor 5, I believe. You guys are making your way upwards or wherever you'd like.
I appreciate. I looked down at one point while you were describing the body being ripped in half and just showering the fiend in blood. I looked down and I just saw Trent. He had like a Pikachu face. He's like, oh my.
Oh my. Okay. So we just broke down the cage, but the door is, we know it's
the
a no-go.
The door is kind of like, this is a lot of effort. Guess we'll go collect stuff and go fight some stuff.
Is your javelin just a normal javelin?
Yeah.
Eldon asked Traffy. Okay.
Yep. Yeah, just a normal stick with a sharpened end.
But the stone punched back with thunder.
When
It's
you mess with the stone, you get the thunder.
It's a puzzle.
I imagine it was just some type of arcane warding that is protecting people from tampering with it.
Do you think a second stick would be more thunder?
Yes.
I
If
could
you
throw
do
it
it,
harder.
though, I'm going to go back upstairs.
Mm.
But you're more than welcome to try.
Well, should we take a look at the rest of the room, see if we can collect anything?
Yeah, there's a bunch of nothing around here.
I think we kind of... Did we actually go
Shots
back?
have
We
nothing.
briefly kind of went through the rooms, right? And like we're like, oh, okay, this is working.
Yeah.
And okay. We had talked about going to, let me pull up my floor
We already,
3, potentially having like
pilfered the
potions or some
closet.
type of stuff. I don't know if there'd be anything on the security floor that we didn't already go through. We had talked about picking some stuff up because we have to go back up at this point to theoretically floor 1.
Mm-hmm.
So
Can I do some kind of investigation into returning power to the facility? Does that, because I have the working knowledge of the warding room, does Eldon know that the warding room would sort of activate or anything like that?
Offhand, when the power was on, you still had to have people there to maintain the enchantments. So just turning the power back on wouldn't reactivate the wards.
But it would make it an option.
You suspect that the wards are tied to the building in a way, so you suspect that it's probably easier to reestablish them at this point. But you also would know that it's not that you don't feel that you have the power to do it. It's something that you have never done before. So
Okay.
much like if you remember the first session when you had that conversation with Walters,
Well, yeah. Or
he Felix, correct? Sorry, Felix has been here longer than you. He's kind of a higher stature than you, physically and a position.
I was like, nice.
But even he didn't know exactly what they were. He only speculated at basically some of the symbols and runes at what it actually did.
Okay. Yeah.
It was more so they were kind of somebody had set them up, and then you guys were there to, I guess, in a way, maintain concentration on them by continuing to feed it energy.
hmm
Does that make sense?
Yeah, and I remember that they would suppress certain rooms and probably different gateways and stuff like that. So
Yep.
okay.
Like I said, it's not. None of them seemed like it's out of your reach to be able to accomplish that kind of
Yeah.
thing, but that you don't have the know-how.
Okay. Appreciate it.
Cool. Anybody else continuing to fuck with this door?
I will
Okay.
Bowser slam it again. Lagoin's whole body just shatters into pieces.
Shatters
She'll
to
try
a
a
bunch of
ground pound this time.
Legos.
Okay.
No, I'll start heading out with Selfina. If she starts moving, I'll follow her.
Is everybody following as well?
Mhm.
Yep.
Okay.
Arthur will be at the back because his old legs get tired going up all these stairs.
We are now heading towards where we blew a hole in the door, correct?
Guys are now back in security office where there's an explosion.
Filled with zombies.
Anything you guys wish to do while you're on this floor? Just passing through.
Would you say is there anything different than when we, a few minutes ago came down to the power room? Or an hour ago now.
Go ahead and make a. Are you glancing about, or are you taking time to look through?
I'd probably say I'm mostly doing like above game, like survival stuff, like if there's any footprints, any movement that's
Okay.
maybe I remember this being placed here and there.
Sure. Go and roll a survival check.
Okay.
I have an idea too after you're done, Brad.
All of these orbs are destroyed, right? They're all gone.
Correct.
Okay.
You remember the keg, of black powder?
Okay. 20. Yeah, you do see a set of footprints that both come in and leave this floor.
One
I'll-
set,
One
correct?
set. Yep. And with a 20, you assume that they are the same person's footsteps.
Who was in a snare.
Yeah, probably a safe assumption.
Humanoid?
Yes, yeah, humanoid, human size.
And Traffy's like undead footprints.
Yeah, I would definitely know.
thought it was it Fiend? Oh, it was Fiend
Is
and
it like a
Undead that
little of
traffic
both?
got off?
Fiend and Undead was
Yeah.
Kiss
the
of.
reading.
I forget, did you tell us that in game?
I
think you
yes,
did.
I did. I did.
Yeah, I think it was kind
El-
of like bad vibe. Bad vibe.
Eldon just like tells everyone his shoe size. One set of prints in and out.
It's a size 12 and a half.
Good to know.
Gifts has been through here.
Uh,
We already know that. Without my check.
the
He didn't
God, I can't
teleport.
remember. I can't remember the security guard that was up here that we dropped the cannon on.
Walters.
Walters.
Yeah.
Was it Walters?
Whose
Oh
head
my
is
God, that's
head
so-
is in
Brothers Walby.
How do you not remember? I mean, he's
Oh,
still
I
with
haven't
us.
checked on him yet. It's been over an hour. His head's changed yet?
Decapitated head is still with us.
that has been over an
Oh,
hour.
funny.
You took his teeth out, right? You did a bunch of stuff. Like you took.
Yeah.
Yeah, I chopped his jaw off.
Oh, okay.
He can't
Yeah,
bite.
yeah, yeah.
I will say you pull it out of the bag. Roll me an investigation check
Can I
with.
cast light on Walter's head?
Sure.
So it's like
Shine
a
a light on.
lantern.
Oh,
He can.
if Lagoin's going to let you do that, then yeah.
I'm gonna look at it first, and then I'll see.
Go ahead and roll your
you
either
cast
investigation or medicine with advantage from your blood hunter feature.
And then after that we should probably like see what the power did to this room.
Probably nothing gets to be blew up.
Yeah.
Could be worse, I guess.
Just more sparks flying now.
17. You'd pretty much guess that there seems to be some animation happening, or like some of the cells had kind of like attempted to reanimate, but it seems like maybe cutting the head off had stunted that from happening.
Okay. Okay.
And as you kind of think now, you're in the room with the body. You look to the body and the wounds that he had suffered, none of which were on his face or his head. So it seems like maybe you kind of severed it at a point where it hadn't fully inoculated in his whole body, or something along those lines, where maybe you had disrupted the process of reanimating. But it does seem like some lingering amount of some kind of disease was within the head. And there are changes. It's not, his eyes aren't moving and he's trying to make grunting noises or anything like that, though.
Great. I will put the head back in my pack.
Do you smell like like a half alive zombie now? All right, you smell like one. So they want to attack you.
Yeah, maybe. Actually, yeah. I'm just gonna like wipe his head all over my shell.
Oh,
That's a perfect going thing to do.
As
Yeah.
in character groan from Artie.
Yeah.
Great.
Back in the
The
pack.
other-
Does anybody have a reaction besides that to going rubbing a zombie?
He doesn't
head all
even
over
say
himself?
anything either. He just kind of like looks at it, and then you see him just moisturizing his shell with this blood and guts.
Thankfully, I think Traffy's ahead of everybody and can't see that.
I would react, but Delphina was going to look for something. She was going to try and look to see if there was any, because she, well, actually, let me back up. Would she know that there is a ward room? Can't remember if we went back into it. We just passed by it.
You guys didn't go into it.
But brother,
Um,
or not brother, the guy that's what actually why I brought up the zombie, Walters. Because he had mentioned something about a mass turn on dead, or a mass, like basically a facility wide blast
Mhm.
we could potentially do.
But that was out of a library book, wasn't it?
He had mentioned that there's probably details on it, if they exist, would be somewhere in the restricted section. Yeah. I think Selfina's smart enough that you guys kind of walk past the room that even, I mean, you've seen clerics through and out of here. You probably assume that, yeah, the room exists, even if you haven't physically been in it.
Okay. And the restricted section is in floor 6, right?
Correct.
So we currently cannot get there.
Correct.
Okay. But yeah, she was going to, all that being said, she was going to try and see if there's any, like, because this was kind of like a comm center, right? If there's any like books that have like protocols for like mass, like a mass undead incursion, and if there's way to manipulate the warding room, something along those lines.
Sure. Give me an investigation check at disadvantage because a bomb went off in here.
Yep, I knew this bomb. It was a great choice thematically. I knew it was gonna fuck me at some point, though. It was an investigation.
Correct.
Okay. All right. First one. 29. Second one, 20. So 20.
You don't see anything talking about the ward's room at all in here, actually. Which is weird enough because it's next door to it.
Yeah.
But most of the books and stuff that you can retrieve remnants of talk about observation notes of people looking through the scrying orbs. Pretty boring stuff. There's stuff every once in a while. It's like, oh, this person lifted a healing potion from the supply, or this person's raiding the medical stash for morphine. You know, like stuff like that. You do stumble across a note that's about Traffy falling asleep on duty again. But nothing that really raises any awareness. What you do manage to find is within the central deck up here, you find a handbook, which is for security personnel, which would look vaguely familiar to Traffy from his early days. A lot of, whether or not he read it or not, who knows, but a bunch of just red tape about stuff, you know, first day stuff. But there is the section there that he'd recalled that has to do with the self-destruct sequence in case of catastrophic failure. And that once again goes into detail of, you have 2 keys on these 2 center consoles. They both have to be turned at the same time to initiate the self-destruct sequence.
Nice.
That is the only thing you see about anything worth of note.
How heavy is the book? Like a pound? 2 pounds?
No,
3 pounds?
it's a handbook. It's probably I don't know,
Half a pound. We'll just say half a pound.
not probably
Um,
quarter pound at most.
Per pound. Okay, I got enough space. We're good.
Is there any
I'll
like
take the book.
ordinary? Is there any ordinary equipment on Selfina that Eldon could offer to carry for her?
Absolutely not.
Not your magic items or your weapons.
No,
or...
this is Selfina.
That's all
Selfina
she
that-
has.
There's no trust there yet. You gotta
You
earn
didn't
it.
even
I
bring, like...
don't. It's not that I carrying a bunch of stuff. It's just that I'm a weak ass fuck.
I know.
Listen, she may not be strong, but she's still an independent woman who don't need no man.
Yeah.
You
I
don't
need
have
a
like
man.
starters pack, 5 torches that I could.
Why do you think I was so eager to give Legoyne that pouch of imported white truffles? It was because it was actually free now.
The truffles.
I've been
for
carrying these
3 pounds.
truffles for 2 weeks.
My arms are tired.
Yeah.
What a workout.
My arms are tired.
No. In reality, no. There's not really anything. Considering I gave gold back to Arthur, I think, or somebody, or Traffy.
Wait, Eldon just
Eldon.
looks at Selfina. Are you sure? Share the load.
Share the load.
What are you talking about?
Lord of the Rings. Sorry.
Share the load.
You know, there's a small chance that I have a patch that has a riding horse with saddlebags we could use to carry some things.
There's
How many
always
patches
How
do
lucky
you
are
have,
you feeling,
Arthur.
Sophina? And I offer up my cloak. She wants to pull off a patch and see what it is.
4 more bags of silver.
Just
drop off.
because I'm gonna type in that I found this security book, and then we will do this. And it is 1/4.
You won a quarter?
You have a 5-pound flask of holy water.
No, I have 5.
Wow.
I have 5 1-pound flasks.
Oh,
Oh, okay. I was like, that's like a jug of holy water. That's, wow.
Yeah, that'd be a gallon of holy water. Fucking listen, I might be weak as fuck, but I stay hydrated. Selfina will look over to Arthur, and you're offering me to rip off a patch. Was that what you're saying, Trent?
Yes, of course. Oh, yeah, I am.
Yeah.
Sure. And then she just grabs one randomly and rips it off.
Roll a d100.
Yeah,
Hopefully you have better luck than Trent.
5. What's a 5? get me?
5? Are you serious?
It's a silver
Yeah.
carrot.
Is it the whole?
It's a bag of 100 gold pieces. All the money's at the bottom. We keep getting low numbers on these D100s.
Oh my god, it's so fucking funny.
Now I'm like, see, Sophina, you can empty out the gold and use the bag to help carry things.
I don't. I have my components pouch and a small backpack, and that's all I really need. Mr. Traffy,
Yeah.
can you please hold this?
Oh, sure.
Actually, just keep it.
You guys have rolled a 0 through 15 3 times in a row.
Yeah, I was sure a 5 would be good. If we make it out of here, everybody's gonna retire well.
You'll have money to make it to the next city.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, that was all. Yeah, I didn't really.
There's my sheet.
Found that security book too. Traffy, Mr. Portgas.
Yeah,
I'll
take a look through it again. It's been about 8 years since I started, but might be able to find something good. Could I do a... Oh wait, no. We already know what's in it, right? Is the...
Yeah. She was just saying, "Hey, I found this."
Eldon makes an insight check about how tired and fatigued Traffy looks. If he's gonna fall asleep on duty again right now.
We just took a short rest.
How's
You're
Traffy?
welcome,
How's
sir.
Traffy holding up?
He's... Once all this shit started going down, he's been very alert and not like his normal guardly duties. He looks like a different person from an energy
Okay.
and stature standpoint.
So Eldon would look at Traffy. I would compliment you about all your great axe swings that have actually been working, not since the first combat. So you're really getting the hang of that axe.
It takes
What-
me a few swings, but yeah, once I connect,
In no time, you'll prove to be director of security.
I wouldn't wish that on my worst enemy.
Give
Yeah.
him break. He hasn't used axe in 7 years.
Not unless I'm chopping up some
Eldon?
wood at the home.
Eldon, I have a question for you.
Uh-huh.
What did you do here? Like, what were you employed to do?
Mr. Neville, you can't ask people that.
Well, aside from,
This is true.
protecting the building, I mostly, kind of coordinated some fundraising for magic items for toddlers.
Let's go back to the building part. So you protected the building. How did you do that? Like security? Were you what did you do?
Well, you remember how I powered the basins, right? With all that lightning bolt energy.
Yes.
I channeled it into some of these, protective orbs that, were in some devices that channeled the, kind of warding, protecting energies into things that could suppress necrotic energies and various other things. I don't know how it all works. That was kind of Brother Felix's, specialty.
Do you have his body?
I know where it is. It's actually just next door.
Do you think it would be beneficial if
Lord.
we could get something to protect us against necrotic energy? If there's a horde of zombies? Or like, I don't know, do you think we could use that room to our benefit if we can figure it out? Assuming it
I
doesn't
don't
take
know.
3 hours?
I mean,
Okay.
I was the one person that was there when we all wiped. I wiped and just had a huge nap. Had
I wipe
nightmares.
every time I go.
I'm
What?
just thinking, I really don't want to fight a ball of zombies. I'm going to be 100% honest with you. So if there's anything we can do to avoid doing that, especially if it's targeted undead, I would love to try to do that. Because none of us are undead. Or at least I don't think we're undead. Traffy, you'll have to verify that. But we can do
I make
something
it?
that
Yeah,
affects.
I have, because I've done good and evil.
Yeah.
Yeah, none of you have pinged.
Yeah. Yeah, we were all in the same room. That's right. I would really love to do something that hurts them and not hurt us. And that sounds like a potential option.
I do have something that might not help with the zombies, but with locating the ID card. Back when I was a little rabble rouser, one of my skill sets was I could cast a spell to locate an object, and when I get close enough, I kind of know where it is. So if he tries to hide it or do anything, I'll at least have a chance where we'll be able to find it.
Yeah. It's a good
What
option.
if we distract the zombies with these toddler toys that Eldon was talking about?
Yes, where are you keeping magic items for toddler? Do you
So
keep them in office, in a closet somewhere? Do you have them shipped to toddler direct to their houses?
all of the visitors to the museum, they had an option when they checked out at the counter to donate, and it was them that gifted to the kids, but no, I always made sure that they were responsibly using staff or things like that. They never know with kids.
And we irresponsibly use them somehow.
DM, is there a daycare or some kind of place where employees have their children's live, or like living quarters?
Absolutely.
They are, yeah,
That'd be
absolutely.
terrifying to visit. Let's not go
Or
there right
totally
now.
making this all up. Shit.
No, I mean, feasibly, it would be children outside the facility. But yeah,
Okay.
sure. There's a crate where a donation crate where people drop off knickknacks and stuff for kids. I don't know necessarily that most of them are magical or anything like that, but
Okay. What I'm thinking, what I was thinking was kind of like just some sort of like little educational program for kids to get used to using magic responsibly as they age.
it's an
Because
educational
if you just
program.
all of a sudden jump into using magic, then all kinds of craziness happens. They have to learn ethics and
That's the-
stuff with it.
It's actually a
gateway drug.
really, really good thought. Like, just overall thinking about magic in the world. That's
Magic ethics.
yeah.
This is worst use of company time I've ever heard.
Oh,
I would say that perhaps they, as far as stuff that happens on site, you might get like tours, like give like kids like tours of like certain parts of the facility, or they, like I said, like the museum part. They might have kids through there to kind of talk about that kind of stuff.
look, Owen, I'd normally disagree or agree with you with the ethics part and spending company money, but considering the situation we're in, it seemed like it would be a very pertinent program.
Do you think toddlers misusing magic item caused this?
I think there's a possibility of anything, but I think it helps if we start with ethics early. Maybe we don't have a large demon zombie horde thing running around.
Maybe we go up to a museum, check the crate, and see if any of the toddler magic item is useful.
It'd be great if the toddlers were responsible, because I thought it was my fertilizer at first that started this whole thing. Anyone else have suspicions as to what they may have done irresponsibly that caused it?
Absolutely no clue. Let's move on.
Insight check.
Just trying to get that lore out,
I actually would like to insight check Miss Lunavale on
what
that
is
one.
this?
Unless you were just like joking.
No, deception.
Yeah, go ahead and roll it out.
Oh, I need to get the dice out.
1d20. Oh, shit.
Good luck.
Oh, okay. Hold on, let me even check if that's possible. Insight. Okay, it is possible.
Let's roll a 20.
Oh shit! Oh shit!
Oh,
Oh my god.
Oh,
Selfina is pretty cold by nature. Not like she's mean or rude or anything like that, but she's very busy and important. Usually, you've noticed that usually before she gets dismissive, she pauses and thinks and then dismisses people. You realize in this moment that there is no pause, that she's waiting for someone to have brought this up, and there's no hesitation to her dismissing this immediately, and you pick up on that.
Okay, I won't say anything. I mean, yeah, I wouldn't say anything about it.
Shall we?
there's no possibility I did anything wrong. I did not cause this.
I have a hard time believing that.
He wholeheartedly believes it. He will not try and decept at all.
Oh, I'm not gonna insight you. It was more of just like, yeah, your friend being like, nope. You definitely would be a part of a shenanigan.
I watched you make an hour ago. I watched you make a bomb out of a cannon. I don't believe you.
He is more of a bullet, a real like.
And then your mentor showed up which I don't think we know that he was your mentor. Maybe we do,
Yeah.
but and then was just like, "Hey, you guys are gonna go fight these fucked up things because I'm bored."
Right. I suppose Traffy would know that. Maybe Selfina too.
Maybe, yeah. Who knows?
That I work
Um,
I
closely
know
with.
you work with them, but yeah.
Yeah.
Let's see. But yeah.
So what do you want to do? What do you want to do, guys? Do
So
we
we
want
going
to?
to
Are we going to
Hedgehog?
this museum or
Warding room or
Where
the
are we going?
museum or is the warding room on the way?
please somebody smarter than me make a decision?
Oh, I know what I would like to do, but it's going to delay fighting for another 3 weeks.
It's fine.
But for the sake of moving on the story, because I don't honestly think Selfina would realize that fucking with the wards right now would probably take too long. With numbnuts waiting on us, and we're already going to be like kind of snooping around on our way up, taking our leisurely time.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't think she wants to. She's not in a hurry to go up to the first floor, but she's not going to like take 5 hours and fuck with some wards. You know what I mean?
Yeah, because you'll think
So-
that he's gonna come down and start fucking with us, and we won't be.
He will bring the zombie ball to us at that point.
He'll bring the thunder.
He'll bring thunder, or he'll just show up, grab us, and teleport us into the room with it. And then he'll be angry at us as well as the zombie ball. Angry.
Right, instead of just like having fun with us.
Okay. As you guys are going up the floor,
Yes.
up we go.
To
We start back
floor.
on the medical research development floor.
Lagoyne is going to walk right into the weapons room again.
Okay.
See if the cannons grew back or something.
I'm interested in any of these ballistas or any of the large things that are able to be wheeled. Anything that's able to be rolled.
As you walk back into the room, I need you to make a dexterity saving throw, please.
Damn it.
He put a booby trap in me.
Could be worse. 15.
You
close
walk
are you
into
to
the
me?
room. You realize that this ballista over here has been overgrown by undead creatures. It seems that they are trying to use it or affix to it or something. And it's sitting pointing right at the door. And as you enter, a ballista flies out at you. You take 15 points of piercing damage.
Oh my god.
Great. What does the bolt look like? How big is the bolt that hits me?
It's probably about as tall as you.
Fuck. Okay.
And like it didn't pierce you. You were pretty. Hey, you kind of you saw it, the thing, and you're like, "What the fuck is that?" And then you had a realization that there's danger here. And it came at you, and I'll say that it kind of took a chunk out of your arm more than anything. And then it kind of bounced off the wall next to you and landed somewhere else.
I will immediately duck down and move around here, like behind the table, or like down to the table's level, and see if I can see any apparently living creature behind it, controlling it, or if it's just like a sentient undead thing now.
Yeah, go and roll perception check.
$18.
Yeah, from where you're at, you're looking below, looking for feet or anything moving around. Don't see anything controlling it outside of the figure itself. But you do see like there's a bunch of body parts around it. There are like some legs and feet on the base of it that seems like it's kind of working with the wheels that it could move around. But by the loading chamber and like the firing mechanism, there are 2 torsos of bodies that seem to be controlling it.
I would like to cast Thorn Whip. Thorn Whip? What am I trying to say? I forgot what it's actually called because I renamed it. The
Whippy
cantrip.
Lightning whip.
Is it Thorn Whip?
That's what you had. Yeah. Dang.
Yeah. Yeah, it's Thorn Whip.
Yeah, I want to cast Thorn Whip on one of the bodies and try and pull it off.
Okay.
Ballista.
Roll an attack roll. Yeah, 19. Easy enough. They're moving pretty slow. Even after firing, it seems like they're pretty sluggish in nature. Yeah, you're able to pull it off. Is it 10 feet you get with Thorn Whip?
Yes.
Yeah, you've pulled the. It's just the like the waist up half of a zombie off of the ballista.
I
Does
will.
Anybody else do anything at this point? You guys heard a ballista fire and maybe a grunt of pain from the going.
Yeah, I would kind of grunt, and I would immediately, as I'm running to the table, I would kind of yell out to everybody else in the hallway to just be careful coming in.
Yeah,
Just be careful. That's all you say is just be careful.
Oh well,
Will do, Legoyne.
Yeah.
that's out of character for him to say. It's like, what did he say?
Something must be seriously wrong. He's
Yeah,
still in his
let's hear what you
table.
say before I run in. Actually,
As I'm running to the table, you'll hear Legoyne yell, "Fucking zombies!" And then it'll dive below the table.
That's
Okay.
more Legoyne-ish.
all right, I'd run in then. Idiot.
As I'm pulling the torso around, I will get up and move over to the ballista.
Sure. I'm sorry, what is everyone else doing? Raffy's running in. Yeah, Traffy, you see big giant zombie ballista. Doesn't seem to have to be loaded at the moment.
Okay.
You see Legoyne had just pulled a piece of it off and is running up to it.
So I just see like growth on it, like not an actual zombie, or I see zombies on them.
It's like it's as if like half a dozen zombies have grown or shaped themselves onto this to make this ballista a part of themselves.
Okay, and it's the one that he's next to, right here.
Yes, correct.
Okay. Let me see how far it is. I guess I could climb over the table. If you allow me to. Yeah, I'll climb over the table to jump down and attack it, I suppose. Let's see. I will. I don't want to use a spell. Yeah, fuck it. I'll just chop it up.
Sure. Gonna roll some attacks.
That was a 15 hit.
Yep.
13 damage.
Okay.
And Still
Nice.
kicking, then I'll hit it again.
Yep.
18.
Yep.
13 again.
Yeah. Between you and I guess whatever Lagoin's about to do to it, you guys dismantle it pretty quickly. Yeah, doesn't seem to be a threat any longer. Any remaining pieces of zombie that are scattered throughout, you guys kind of just can step on and do as you wish with it.
Lagoin, you're a pain in my Lagroin. You're muted.
How about Eldon looks at Arthur and just says, "Get some," and like holds his sword and dashes into the room.
Arthur does not follow Eldon.
Carlos, you're muted if you're talking.
But then I immediately get in the room and I don't see any more threat.
Right after you said that, Traffy, Lagoin will say, "That is the nicest thing you've ever said to me."
Here, sweetheart.
I look back out of the room and I say, they need some privacy.
I would like to take this with us. I want to take
The zombie
ballista.
ballista? Or
Yeah.
what's left of it?
Yeah.
I thought you dismantled it, though. It's like in pieces.
Well,
You dismantled the zombies that were
the
attached to it.
zombies are in pieces.
You're a smart guy. You know off the bat this will not fit through the door. Now, your
Okay.
your experience with the heavier siege weapons in this room is they kind of like build prototypes in here and get dimensions and stuff right. And if they're ever to be shipped out, they get shipped in pieces.
Okay. What are these smaller ballista-looking things over here?
They're pretty much just between a crossbow and a ballista. Those you probably without too much trouble could get through a door.
All right, I'm going to take one of those.
Sure. But I would consider these the 50 cal equivalent of crossbows in D&D world.
Perfect.
They do have to be like set up and stationary. It does take a while to kind of load them in. But yeah, they have wheels and stuff around that you can wheel them around without too much trouble.
How heavy do you think these would be? Lighter than a cannon.
Definitely lighter than a cannon. It's made of wood. Maybe somewhere between 50 and 70 pounds.
Perfect. I'd like to take one and try and mount it on my back.
Okay. Are you attempting to affix it to your back, or are you attempting to like sling it around your back so you can carry it?
I want to affix it to my back so I can crouch down and Traffy can shoot arrows off of my back.
Nice. Okay. I have you make I'm gonna have you make 3 checks with your Tinker Tools.
Okay.
More like stinker tools.
So intelligence plus proficiency.
Nice. 28 for the first check. That's going to be a... What is that? An 18 for the second check. And a 20 for the third check.
Yeah. Who do you have helping you do this?
I would ask Traffy to help position it and move it around, but I would want Selfina back there to tell him where to put everything.
Okay. Then I will have the both of you make I guess Selfina make an intelligence check. And Traffy.
Lagoin,
Traffy, why
Should
don't
I
you just
even-
make a dexterity check?
should I just let you do this, or should I just tell you it's a terrible idea and all the reasons it's a terrible idea? Or should I just give this one to you?
Just give it. Just give it. Not a bad idea. Extra weapon versus zombies, never a bad idea.
Then you're gonna have 50 pounds of wood on your back for the rest of your life. You take it off.
I'll
And
get new shell.
If you could shoot it yourself, that wouldn't be a bad idea, but you have to have somebody load it and shoot it while you're prone, right?
That's all right. If I die, I will die face down, so you can keep using me as weapon.
This is a dumb idea, but sure. What am I rolling again?
An intelligence check.
Intelligence. Uh-oh. It's only a +4 because I have that modifier. -1. Damn it, I was hoping I'd roll like shit.
Yeah, I mean, Lagoin does a lot of the heavy lifting with finding stuff in the room to straps and stuff to help tie it down. There's just a few awkward details where he's telling Selfina to tell Traffy to
Shut up.
position things and move it the right direction and tie these things down. But yeah, after probably it takes a while. It's probably 15 plus minute process. But you are the proud owner of a back ballista now.
One step
Could I-
closer to becoming Blastoise.
Could I have described during this time while we're doing this? Could I have described like where to Eldon and Arthur, where like the medical supplies would theoretically be on this floor? Since I work here?
Yeah.
Okay. So that way
Easy
they're
enough.
not just sitting there. They're not just sitting there watching us strap a fucking cannon to a turtle.
I'm intrigued.
Yeah.
But would I be able to look in? I don't want to wander far, but like in a room close to me, and see if there's any potted plants there that I could take with me. I know
You
there's no
can.
windows, but like, could there be like any artificial sunlights or something?
So you know that it is not uncommon for the patient's rooms to have flowers in them. Some of them
Okay.
might be potted. If you want to make your way to that area.
I have several tiny succulents on my desk across the hall.
Can I get the succulents?
Yeah, you make his office is
This
down
one
here.
right here.
Yep.
Yeah.
I feel like
Okay.
succulents are perfect for Lagoin because he can forget about them for like a month and they're still alive.
Never cares for them, ever.
I went
I wanted
to
those in 6 years.
I went to acquire the succulents.
Yeah, over the course of 15 minutes, you find what's left of them.
So they're
you walk in
durable.
here- yeah, they're there. It looks like a tornado came through here.
Oh, I see.
Something happened, and stuff is all over the room. There's broken clay from where the pots were at that were holding the succulents. You can find some pieces of the succulent still intact about the
Okay.
room.
Can I try to assemble them just using my green thumb as best as I can?
Yeah, of course.
Fun fact is, zombies never got in that room.
Froze
That's
up
just
for a
how
minute.
Lagoin
Okay,
keeps
I'm
his
back.
place.
Back.
Right? It's all my fault. But I don't believe that it is.
Get out of the way. That was not your accent. I don't know what I just did there.
Braveheart? Yeah. Get out of the way!
Oh, boy.
Cool. Yeah, you're the proud owner of some succulents.
Cool.
Ooh, sucky, sucky.
Sucky, sucky.
That's their names, actually. I named them.
Sucky and Sucky.
Yeah, spelled differently though. Sucky and Sukke.
Oh my god. I hate myself.
Cool. Yeah. The
I was
back
like
ballista.
I was like the Austin Powers. Fuck you, fuck me, twins.
You fuck
Yeah.
Maybe I'll just rename these succulents Rosemary. I give them like a little jab with my elbow and a little wink. You know.
Who are you
Alright,
elbow
please.
nudging?
Eldon, he's
who are
right
you?
there. It's like women. Am I right?
If you say so.
He's like not nudging, but he's like kind of like just like puts his thumbs behind his overall straps. Is like doing that.
Love it.
Eldon, are you going to look for healing supplies?
Yeah. Let's what was the suggestion from Sophina? Like the operating room or
There are definitely some in the operating room. And you might be able to find some of that stuff in patient's rooms as well. Every patient's room has basically like a cabinet with supplies in it.
did I find a room here? That looks like a bathroom.
Is a bathroom indeed.
It's like a bathroom.
There's also a bathroom.
I don't know my way around this floor.
So if you keep going south. Keep going south. And keep going south.
Want a piece of candy?
And keep going south.
Yeah, a piece of candy.
I got little legs. Okay.
So this is the main hallway. The room up above is the operating room, the observation room, and then all the other rooms across this hallway are patients' rooms. So go ahead and roll an investigation check. And how long are you taking to look for these things?
A while.
Okay, go ahead and roll with advantage because you've got the time it takes to fix a ballista to a turtle's back.
I lost the beyond 20 ability to modify to advantage, so
How are you the one that always has all of the problems with TNT Beyond?
I don't know if you just lost
I
like
can't get my
part of,
character
part of
sheet.
the abilities.
I've changed the settings.
Okay.
Okay. Should be
With a 12, you don't find a lot. It looks like they were probably raided when things had first kind of onset. You do find a couple things. You find 2 potions.
Nice.
One of them is a potion of superior healing.
Mhm.
And one is a potion of supreme healing.
Oh my god.
Oh, dude, yeah.
Hilarious.
Still waiting for them to remake that fucking game.
Yeah, that's immediately I thought about Parasite Eve.
I was thinking of to completely derail us right now. Discord's got to have a fucking
Some fucking big ass potions.
I think
That's what I
it's-
imagine ET would look like if he grew up to be like 6 or 7 feet tall.
I would love to see ET look like that, but he still has the mentality of ET in the movie, like walking around with like these giant muscles, but he's just like, "Ugh."
Yeah. Oh.
Like a little doofus.
Yeah.
You fucking nerd.
Stupid ET, dude.
I can't find it anywhere. There's a scene in Diablo 2 where Diablo is transforming from the Wanderer to Diablo.
Yeah.
Of course, it happens over the series of like 5 different acts, but I can't find it. Great. You guys have potions. You have succulents. And you have back ballista. Anything
want
else you would like to accomplish on this floor?
Well, let's start heading back up those stairs.
Is there? The only other thing I can think of is if, as far as like the medical supplies that we use for sedation, if there's anything I can grab, and God forbid I let Legoyne see it, and he can make a bomb out of it. But essentially, mustard gas. Essentially.
Yeah. Roll an investigation check.
I have the irrigation vehicle strapped to my back now. You know, launch a mustard gas bomb into the crowd of zombies.
Yeah.
Yeah. The room is a mess, but without too much difficulty, you can find some of the supplies that you use for anesthesia.
Okay. Oh God, I can't believe I'm gonna do this. Legoyne,
Yes.
I have a present for you that you don't eat. And then she'll hand
That
over
is
the...
disappointing.
Yeah. Then she'll hand over the ampules of medication, the sedation medication, and kind of give a brief rundown. He probably knows what it is. He probably would assume Legoyne probably brought some of this stuff, would bring it into me or drop off supplies or...
Yeah, he might actually have manufactured some of it for you.
Yeah.
When Selfina gives that to Legoyne, I would like to take out Walter's head again and put a very small amount of it, just like stick it into his mouth, put it into his head somehow, and see if I notice any difference in the way that the head is acting. I just want to test it and see if it affects an undead head at all.
Okay. Go ahead and roll. Just give me a medicine check.
Okay. $23. That's the medicine check I wanted.
Yeah. As you administer it, obviously you're working with something that's not alive, so you're not expecting much in the way of results.
Mm-hmm.
It rolled a great check, and I want to give you something, but you're also using a sedative on something that's not alive.
Right.
You do that, and you realize this probably isn't the best thing to test this on. It's not alive, or it's not really undead either. But we'll say that Selfina's in the area when this is going on as well, and she's had close experience with using this.
Mm-hmm.
And it's feasible that this would work on undead.
Like maybe she notices like whatever there, if there's, you know, the onset of like rigor mortis or like the tightening of the muscles, like it relaxes, or I don't know, something. I imagine she sees something and is like, oh, hey, this might work.
You've had experience in necrotic energy with patients and stuff like that before.
Okay.
Between the two of you and your experience, you can hash out that it's feasible to use this on undead.
Sweet.
Yeah, we'll go with that.
Perfect. I will stash it in canisters on my tool belt, which I have flipped around to my front because my back has a trebuchet on it now. Yeah.
You gonna see Traffy up there just like
Yeah, so I'll just click those vials into my tool belt on my chest, and I will exit this room.
All right, everybody heading to the floor back up.
Mm-hmm.
good.
Yeah.
All right, we are back to floor 2. Room of the garden.
Home sweet home. How are my plants doing?
Whoa.
If you'd like to check on your plants, they're doing swimmingly.
Oh, good.
Because they're underwater.
Yeah, they're doing great. You can once again look, the turbines are back on, so there's a gentle breeze about the area as well.
Nice.
I'm gonna take one of my succulents without Legoyne looking, and I'm going to plant it in the garden. And I'm gonna tell it, you're gonna be a lot happier here. I will keep one succulent though.
So for Legoyne, you guys are heading upwards to the first floor, which is right above this one. And Arthur makes a detour to the garden. Do you make any note of this, or?
I don't care.
Okay.
Just-
Yeah. You plant your little buddy.
Mhm.
Actually, in the garden, is there any type of like a hose nozzle or something that like a mister?
Yeah, I would say. I mean, like, there's primarily the sprinkler system, but there's probably also a hose about somewhere
All
that
right.
might have attachments.
If Eldon hears sprinklers, he would be curious about the water quality. They're not like, are they activating because we have power again or anything, or?
Yeah, they appear active. There are 2 fountains on the bottoms here of the garden.
Yeah.
And then Artie would know for a fact that the sprinklers run on a timer. And it seems like they would probably have already been run at this point.
Does our druid know purify food and drink or anything, or? Well, actually, maybe we just inspect the water. Is it some of the same water that was circulating from the drain down in the power room, like as in?
Oh, that's ugh. All the fountains are brown now. Oh, I hope not. Aw.
If either or both of you want to roll either nature or investigation to look at the water.
They got
I'll do
filters. That'll be
nature.
okay. They got filters. Filter out the squid.
Can I give him advantage?
Sure.
Okay.
Ooh, I get advantage? Cool.
I'm gonna help you with the check.
Yeah,
Making
20's
the
already
same
pretty
check,
solid,
so
but
gives you the check. Yeah.
both good rolls.
That's good. Yeah, the water actually seems pretty clean. And as Billy had mentioned, there's probably a good amount of filtration. Excuse me. Filtration that happens between here and there. So it's not brown or gross or anything. It's actually quite clean.
Arthur also points out that on the surface of the water there are some like floating like mossy sort of vine things, and I'm like, Eldon, this species of plant actually purifies the water as well. It's amazing what nature can do on its own.
Are they, one of your friends too?
I don't have enough googly eyes for all the leaves, Eldon.
Okay. I just couldn't tell because they didn't have human anatomy that you've put onto inanimate objects.
That is probably the most disgusting way you could put it. What I do.
I don't know what you do, Arthur.
Just dicks.
Take some time getting to know me.
I'm really trying to think of characters from a Jura campaign that can put the word vine into, and it's the character name.
Oh. I'm blanking.
Yeah, can't think of anything. Vine or moss.
Dang, I wrote the whole thing and I can't think of anything.
Yeah.
Zap moss? I don't know. That's as close as I can
I pluck a branch off the tree in the center and I name it Vistic.
Nailed it.
I need you guys to all roll initiative.
No!
No!
You got it.
You found me, my friend.
It is I, Vistic.
I'm branching out to a new.
The heart.
Cool. Anything? Were you doing something with a hose head, Barlos?
I just want to take the hose with the head
Okay.
that missed.
Oh,
I'll just take it along with me.
Arthur kind of frowns seeing that get taken, but he's like, he trusts LeGuin will do something creative and dangerous with it later.
I'm gonna try and spray the sedative, mist the sedative all over a bunch of zombies with the hose.
They might have like, have you ever seen like those small handheld, they're used for like fertilizer usually. They're kind of like 1 gallon, 2 gallon misters.
Yeah.
I don't know if there'd be anything like that, if that's like what you're thinking, like as like a hose.
I think that's what I was getting at, but I guess any type of misting
A nozzle of some sort.
nozzle container that I could just pour the
bleach.
Yeah,
You might have to work your magic and fashion something, but you have the materials to do something of that sort.
All right, I'll figure it out. Cool.
Sweet. There's also on this floor the dining hall, your guys' living chambers, recreation room. Anything else that anybody wants to poke their head into?
A recreation room.
There's a recreation room.
I worry what might be behind some of these doors. I think we should just keep walking.
I found the dining hall. And
Where are
I will fill my water skin.
How many zombie ballistas are in there?
No less-
Zero ballistas.
There is a zombie fried chicken in there.
There's a bunch of wooden tables waiting to be turned into ballistas by the right engineer.
We check the door that says treasure chest storage.
Where'd
Cool.
it go? Oh, I see.
Are there any traces of, living things that have been through the mess hall? Bites out of the food or footsteps or footprints, I mean.
It seems like people were in the middle of a meal when this all kind of kicked off.
Mm-hmm.
So it would be hard to ascertain when something might have taken a bite sooner than later.
It's not like the food is so spoiled that I know for sure it's way before we all passed out.
No, nothing spoils in 8 hours.
Avocados.
There is a lack of avocados in here, unfortunately.
Ooh, are there any vegetables? Can I take a?
Damn it.
I just want
Only
any
there
sort
were
of plant life that I
avocados.
could grow.
Well, not
Sure.
avocados.
There's like some leeks and spring onions and other greenery of such.
Yes, I'll grab a. I'll far-fetch it up and and carry a leek with me.
Before I forget to add this to my inventory, how many doses of sedative did you give me, Selfina?
Good question. Should I roll for
How many
it?
doses? Yeah, how many doses did I get, DM?
It was about a liter of liquid.
Damn.
And the liquid is usually either administered through, it's usually administered through like an IV of sorts.
Okay.
Or sometimes they even use it as like that was the thing I'm thinking of. Like chloroform. They like put it over people's
Yeah.
faces.
Inhale.
Sometimes they use it as just like a straight up knockout gas. So
Mm.
depending on which state you use it. Selfina, you would
French
know.
warfare. Yeah.
Selfina, you know this would be usually good for like an operation that lasts for like 8 to 12 hours on
Yeah.
one person.
Okay. Yeah, she would be transparent with all that information.
All right.
Legoyne
just-
also probably helped make the stuff too, so
Yeah, probably has a good idea.
I'll just say 1 for now, and then
1 liter.
1 liter. I also have 6 pounds of bleach, so whatever that's going to be used for.
6
I don't
pounds?
know.
6 pounds?
6 1-pound
Oh,
vials of bleach.
you're gonna dimension door inside of a creature and just dump all this shit in it and it's dead.
Yeah.
cool. Anything else on this floor?
Yeah. The room to the right.
Yep.
What have I found?
It's the room that Eldon never goes into. This is the place where you work out.
Oh,
These
bench
are-
presses. Okay.
Yeah. I like bench presses and dumbbells and rocks to climb, stuff like that.
What's the heaviest set of dumbbell that's in here?
Oh, there's rocks. Okay. Are there female employees to peep on? He's an old man. He's an old man. He's an old halfling.
You're all getting restraining orders as if we make it out of this live. except for I lied. Just Eldon.
The heaviest set of well, it's like a modern bench press. You can throw more weight or less weight on the presses as you desire.
Okay.
As for like raw dumbbells, there's probably like 75-pound dumbbells.
Okay. Do they have like plates on the press machine? Can I take a couple like 20-pound plates?
Sure.
All right. I'm gonna take 2 of them.
Okay.
Those 2 plates are like my entire carrying capacity.
Right.
Which is hilarious.
That's your max rep. Yeah.
Cool. Anything else, y'all?
I'm good.
Let's ascend.
All right, let me see.
Should we,
if you guys are on this
Welcome
map.
to the
at all.
ascension.
Do we fancy trying to be sneaky? Sneaky?
If so, I
Sneaky,
have
yeah,
spells
yeah.
that could help us with that. Didn't I try to use a thing earlier, but it wasn't the time?
I can hide for 8 hours.
I
Hide
can
for
hide
as long
longer
as you
than that
want.
if you give me a bag of jerky.
I don't have any of that, but there's a mess hall to the left.
Figured we don't know what we're walking into, so may as well be quiet.
You guys are attempting to be quiet, or is Arthur casting a spell at all?
I'm looking to see about nope. So pass without a trace is just for me.
No.
Oh, it has a range.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, then let's yeah. How would you guys feel about let's see. Oh, each creature within 30 feet. Damn, that's great.
Yeah, you should be able to target everybody.
All right, I will. Spell slots. Okay, it's my last second level spell slot, but that's fine. Not a big deal. So we get a +10 bonus to dexterity stealth checks. Can't be tracked except by magical means. We leave no tracks or other traces of us walking. So +10 stealth. Let's do it.
Sweet. Everybody roll stealth checks.
Yeah. Stealth. Everybody's great at stealth, right? Like, we're definitely the stealthy party.
Everybody except for Trappy.
Ooh, god damn. I rolled really well.
Bam! Good roll.
Nice.
Alright, so I gotta have +10.
+10 to it.
I hate
So
it.
26 for me.
32 for me.
25 for Lagoin.
Oh, Eldon.
He needed that +10. He needed that.
Yeah.
Still a 16.
Nice.
Yeah. You guys make it up the stairs and into the first floor. Unbeknownst to anybody and anything in existence.
Fuck.
So, let me
I
describe
call the horse.
a little bit about what is going on here.
There's a Ku Klux Klan member in the two bottom corners.
It was the horse! It was the horse all along!
It's the
Um,
BBG.
So you guys enter here. There's barriers, probably waist high from you on both sides, as well as these are gates that lead through a security checkpoint that lead downstairs. This is the museum section. There's just displays of things. There's like a printing press to your right, a boat to your left, some artifacts in these glass display cases, some statues. All along these walls, there's murals or paintings lining each of the walls. These square columns here between the stairs are stone pillars. So you have to go through these staircases to get up to the entryway.
Okay.
And in each of those entryways, there's basically there are masses of just these zombies blocking the way, but also making their way upward. And as you guys would know, typically when this place is open, there are skylights above. And it seems like a concerted effort is to be getting out of this place. And it seems like in these, like climbing up the pillars of these sides, there's a horde of zombie trying to get to the ceiling. It is shut off at this point. There's no sun shining through, but they're trying nonetheless. And all the way down here at the bottom is the front entryway. with the reception desk, and it seems like the most mass of zombies is at that front door, kind of bludgeoning and trying to barge its way through.
Okay. So we're gonna die.
We're just like standing here, frozen, still stealthing, but just like, now. Oh,
Yeah,
what?
and you guys, honestly, you seem completely unnoticed. It seems like they're doing their thing, and they have taken no notice of you.
Okay.
You said this is a printing press?
It is.
Okay.
Hmm.
Also
Would we
gonna-
know that these are just for show pieces? They are not usable?
What do you want to print? We must alert the outside world. Start the presses.
Hurry, get in the boat.
They must hear our story.
Is there a specific piece that you're trying to discern?
I guess I was just asking if we had general knowledge of the capability of these, if they're usable or not.
Right. Is there a specific piece that you're trying to ascertain that information about?
Either the ship or the press, I guess. I don't really care about the artifacts.
The press seems like maybe at some point, but it would probably need other materials to be working. The boat, maybe. Seems
I was actually
the
interested in the artifacts.
the stuff behind the glass case you would have to get much closer to look at.
Is one of them weapons?
One of them does have a few weapons in it.
Yeah, I'm gonna go
What's
over
the
there.
sail made out of?
What's what?
What's the sail of the ship made out of?
It appears to be a real sail. At whatever the hell sails are made out of.
Canvas.
A water-resistant, moisture-resistant material?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's made of Kansas. Yep.
Carry on my wayward son.
That's the track we'll have playing behind us as we
Yeah. As we ride the ship over the wave of zombies. Is this a real horse? Is it like a taxidermied horse, or is it a statue?
He's a taxidermy horse.
Damn it.
Mmm.
What do you
Okay.
have? You have animate?
Animate does.
No, I'm trying to find something that I can vaporize this sedative into, and maybe we'll use this taxidermied horse.
Maybe.
Wait, as like the canister that holds the vapor sedative? Wait.
Yeah.
I have a question about the hordes.
Well,
Does there seem like there's a single like more intelligent being inside of like each horde monster? Controlling them around them. I'm asking for a specific spell, which is Crown of Madness, because it says one humanoid of your choice.
It seems like no. To answer your question shortly, no.
Okay.
It seems like a collection of like-minded beings.
Okay. I want to check out these weapons
Sure.
to see if they're useful. Which side are the weapons ones?
They are right here. Still super quiet. Make your way over. They are behind a glass display case.
Mm-hmm.
You see. You see one scimitar. You see
One scimitar.
Brad.
What?
You
Yeah.
pulled a Brad. Yeah.
All you have to fight these zombies is a single scimitar.
Everyone behind me.
It's like the God, what was it? Who was it? It was in Azura. It was like Philip. You're the one Philip. You're the one that lead us to victory. Wait, no, you're Philip so and so.
Philip, I
come
see
on.
great things in your future, Philip. You can
Yeah.
do it.
We thought
Oh,
you were.
it was Brackle and I think it was Brackle and Vern.
Brecklin Vern, yeah. Philip,
Yeah.
you can do it. Philip.
No, wait, what's your last name? Sorry, man, we got the wrong Philip. Yeah, you'll definitely die.
Sorry, man. Just got one of those faces, I guess.
You'll be fine, I'm sure. You'll be okay.
Philip, you're the chosen one.
So this is my idea. I'm going to use the hose with the misting nozzle on the end, stuck inside of the horse. Well, first of all,
Which end of the horse?
Why
We
does
just-
why do
we
we need
cut
the
a hole.
horse?
We cut a hole because we need a container for gas. We cut a hole in the bottom of the horse, drain whatever fluid or whatever is in stuffing, whatever. We take all that out. We stick the misting nozzle up into the horse, and we attach the other end of the hose into one of my canisters, which has all of the sedative. I'm going to use a torch to vaporize the sedative underneath the container, travels through the hose into the horse. Then we use the exploding seed we throw it at the horse and blow the horse up. And
What about the display case?
is it in a display case?
Oh, I mean, like we have display cases. I don't know if it'd hold gas better, or if we even need to get down into the details that far.
I like that idea. I want to be absolutely nowhere near that.
Well, we also have to lure the hordes out towards the horse too. So I don't know how to do
That's
that.
true.
I
suppose-
I have a pretty surefire way on how to do that.
Hey, fuckers!
Hey, you fucks!
I can make six items smell like anything.
Just put brains.
So I could, yeah, I could just
Right.
magically tinker
Yeah.
like 6 books laid around this horse, and make them
Organ.
smell like human brains. Yeah, human organs.
Just make the horse smell like brains.
I think
I
there's
feel
a
like-
way to that.
Like
I
human
feel
liver.
like I feel like
Yeah.
Legoyne would know what human organ smells like.
Absolutely, absolutely.
Yeah.
Let's see. What touch a tiny non-magical object as an action? So it has to be tiny.
No. As long as we can do that and they don't care that we're there or can tell that we're there, I think that'll go well. But honestly, we have passed without a trace, so we basically do whatever we want unless you roll 1.
That's what I'm thinking.
I can't roll one, so yay.
And last ditch effort, if that like somehow gets fucked up, we can blast a turn on dead as a fail safe if we start to get too far fucked.
Yeah.
But I'd love for you to explain that to the DM whenever we get to it, because that was a lot.
I have a good thing that can help if we're getting overwhelmed. But I'm gonna wait until it's too stressful.
Is it giving all of the undead creatures bonus to their saving throws? Because that'll really help us.
Yep.
I have Bane I could do 3 creatures, subtract a d4 to their attack rolls and saving throws.
This character has no offensive capabilities, so good luck, team.
I'll be your eyes and ears.
I also have, luckily, Gust of Wind to possibly disperse any gas if it's
Oh, good. Yeah.
coming our way.
That would be good. Yes.
If there's turns out to be some magic user on their side.
Okay.
DM Legoyne has a plan.
Okay. First, I had items pulled up, and my computer crashing closed that set of tabs that I had open, which is infuriating. So I have to reroll items.
No.
Now you can re-roll like a portable hole.
So, is
I
this
rerolled
the start
I
that-
rerolled
Fully
something
Avenger,
really
fully
cool,
Avenger.
but I was gonna say
If it's not a Holy Avenger, it's bullshit.
it was for a wizard. It was wizard, sorcerer, warlock. So nothing anybody could use.
What about a Paladin?
Paladin cannot use a robe of magi. Sorry,
Oh dang!
What if you
Man,
rolled
that-
again?
it's a super fucking cool item.
A rope? Yeah, that is.
Guess we'll settle for the robe full of money patches.
What was the other item? The Magi thing, and what else?
That was the one that I
Scimitar?
rolled that I am re-rolling.
Oh, okay. Well,
I
good.
mean, if
Why do you have to
anything,
reroll
that robe that you got, Trent, really paid for itself.
it?
It definitely did.
It's almost like it's like a weird gambling addiction. Like I keep buying these robes.
It's like those Japanese capsule machines where you don't know what you're gonna get. I just own one of those right now.
Yeah.
Turn the crank.
Give me so many scrolls. Okay. So you do find there's a javelin in there.
Ooh,
You find
give me that jabby.
find a javelin. You find a set of half plate armor.
Okay.
And you find the scimitar.
I'd like to sit down for 10 minutes and identify all of these.
Okay.
Right.
So how are you grabbing them? They're inside of a glass display case.
I open the case.
Okay.
Quietly.
I need all of you to roll initiative now.
No!
Because you
We're gonna trigger an alarm in a museum.
Yep. Blaring alarm starts going off.
Who did that? Who did that?
I will say before we roll initiative, everybody gets a round or two of what they were doing while Traffy was walking over and immediately setting off the alarm on this floor.
Was that me?
That's not enough time for my plan.
Well, makeshift plan. I'll help you, Barlos. But I gotta pee real quick.
Traffy reads really, really slow.
Go
So
grab
you read the description on all of the.
I will say that since you are a security guard's facility, you would probably have a pretty good idea that this is trapped. That this is going to set off alarm if you do it.
Okay, I'm
I
dumb.
will give you that figure of the doubt.
Okay, I'm dumb. So I said it, but let me do like an intelligence roll or something.
For what?
If I'd still open the alarm box.
Oh, okay.
I think
Oh,
that's
man.
fair.
I mean, do you think that the power being tripped to set off the alarm?
I mean, if I think the power's on, then the alarm would be active, right?
I'm asking you. Does your character think that or no?
I mean, he would assume if the power's on, then the alarm's active. But I don't know. He's dumb.
If you want to roll for it, roll for it.
I think he would read the descriptions if that makes difference. But
Sure.
yeah, all right. I roll for it. I think it's just a straight luck check.
Yeah, it's
No,
like he probably knows there's no security alarm, but it's like he forgets, right? Like, oh shit.
Right. Like, all right, 11 and up. He didn't, and 10 down he did.
Oh God. Yeah.
Oh no.
Oh,
Yep.
Jesus.
Oh, he opened that. Oh,
Okay.
sweet. A javelin.
So with the nat 1, how many rounds do we get? Well, he doesn't read any of the descriptions. He just walks right over and opens the case with the nat 1, right?
Yeah. I mean, you guys pretty much walk in. Traffy
Let me see how many feet
remembers.
I had to walk.
Traffy remembers
5
that
feet.
there's a case of really cool weapons over here. That it's not even a matter of like, I know these are powerful. It's like, I've spent all my days here as a security guard. I've always wanted to get my hand on these. This is the perfect fucking chance to do this.
I would guess like creeping over there and like opening it, it'd probably be like 30 seconds to a minute would be my guess. That distance. Because like I'm trying to think like my house, or no, I'm thinking of the meter.
I mean, if you're stealthing, it's half speed. You can go 30 feet around. So in
If I'm
game,
separate dash.
yeah, you've also got
Oh.
But he's dodging. He's not
Bonus.
dashing while he's stealthing.
listen, I'm the GM. You're not convincing me otherwise. You get 2 rounds.
Well, you rolled a nat 1, so there's
Yeah.
nothing you can say.
Yeah.
Okay. With
I'm gonna get that fucking javelin.
You all, regardless of the fact that you're charactering this or not, you went up and popped open the most obvious thing in this room to be triggered to an alarm.
that was a real LeBron move, Trappy. What am I gonna do? Okay,
Right, LeCoin, get down on the ground. Let me mount you. Crossbow.
Sexual harassment. You're lucky that all of human resources has turned to zombies.
Wait, you're the okay.
No, that's really funny. If it comes to it, yes, absolutely mount me and use my ballista. So the gas is out, because that would take several minutes. I am going to empty my water skin and fill it with sedative.
Okay.
And it holds 4 pints of liquid.
Okay.
So I am not a math or science person. Is that using all of it? Or just shy of the container, right? That I have.
Liters, 2 pints. Okay, 1 liter is 2.1 pints, so it's about half full.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. Great. So I will half fill my water skin. And I'm going to tie that with my rope to one of the bench plates so I can give it some heft so I can throw it. And I am going to reach my hand out to Eldon and I'll say, exploding seed, please.
Coming right up, and whip it out of my backpack. Yeah, the explosive seed, which I'll try to display for all.
and I will
We'll just
tie off about 10 feet of my rope to make sure I have enough, or cut off about 10 feet of my rope to make sure I have enough to tie all of that around. And I will be ready to throw that at an incoming ball of undead.
Okay. Eldon, I'll say since you handed off that seat to him, what else are you doing? Once again, not super just getting ready for combat. This would be stuff you're doing as you're coming into the room, not knowing this alarm is about to be set off.
Oh, sure. So, between the pillars and those monsters that are those doors? So, in between all the pillars, what kind of are they blocking? Some kind of passage?
It's yeah. So there's a staircase up, kind of like half a story. There's not like doors or anything there, but they are black. That is the passageway through. And they're probably about 8 feet or so from the ground up, and then some are kind of scattered up along the walls.
And then the skylight above us was closed shut for security.
Yep.
But we could sense all the zombie horde crawling and attacking, coming in.
Yep, it seems like that's what they're doing there, is trying to get up into the skylights.
Now, and stop me if there's like too much checking, but like, is the skylight something where it's like a blast shield where it's now set in place, or is there some way to like manipulate that to have an opening?
It seems like it's pretty much a blast shield. It
What
but it
the
could it
height of the ceiling?
It's pretty tall. This is the big grand entry room. It's probably 30 feet up in the air. It's a pretty extravagant room. That being set up with the blast shield, it had to move into place at some point. But I mean, you see, there are zombies that get up there and kind of batter away at it to no avail. So there is a mechanism that operates it, but a bunch of brain dead zombies aren't enough to break it down.
Okay. How about creating heavily obscured areas with the fog cloud to add to our stealth?
It depends on what you're doing with the fog cloud.
Yeah. Let's see. I don't have those slots, unfortunately. Wait, no. Fog cloud is a first level. Okay. I was looking at upcasting. Would I do that? I can always do that on the second round. I think well, I'm not as fast as Traffy would get over, but I would probably go over to the other case, which is I'm gonna risk. Should I risk just dashing? Being tiny, do you think that would be wise?
I don't know who you're asking, but
Should do whatever you like.
We don't know that we're going to be in combat yet, so
So
Yeah,
this
that's the thing is that we would probably be under the assumption that there's not alarm about to be set, and this is about to kick off.
I'm trying to make my decision, not based off that, but based off like I see the monsters way far away. There's this barrier by the security gate, right? So I can't go directly right. I have to go through the gate and then right. Correct?
yeah.
Also, so wait, so 25 feet there.
I don't worry too much about footage. If you're trying to get to the display case, I'd say you can get to yours about the same time it took Traffy to get to his.
Oh, okay. So I gave my explosive seed to Legoyne. That's already done. Also, I'll give a potion of superior healing over to Stelfina as I'm passing her.
She
Oh,
buckles
that's
under the
superior.
weight.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's gonna be close.
I don't know if those potions if they just get bigger or if they get more potent.
I'm hoping more potent.
0.5. It's still 0.5. Legoyne, do you want rations to put your use as bait?
No, thank you.
And you
I'm
have a
gonna use
torch.
my.
Okay.
I have my mallets. I'm gonna make them smell like organs.
Okay. Would rope be any use to you?
I have rope as well, and I have a length of hose too.
Okay, I'm
I
gonna go
suppose
check out.
metagaming, the biggest use that I would have would be one of the potions. Because I'm like 40 hit points down.
Oh shit.
But I mean, I'm still.
I think
in
I
pretty
think
good
it
shape.
definitely. I think Sulfina would definitely
just-
give
yeah.
you that potion because she can heal, right? And she also isn't in the front, so I think it would make sense that she would be like, "Thank you. I think you need this more than I do because you're reckless."
Hell yeah. He will appreciate that.
She doesn't want to
In
carry it.
Legoyne's own way.
So yeah, Donovan, within a few turns, I'm gonna make my way to the display case, give it off those items, and cast Fog Cloud. At first level. I would
Yeah,
put the
agree.
fog cloud kind of near. Let me ping that there.
Okay, and what is the area of fog cloud?
Let me display the spell. 20-foot radius sphere.
It is so hard to see the squares when it's tile.
Yeah, I was looking at that earlier.
You
I
have
was
to
like, squinting.
use tokens to snap to it to find the grid.
Okay. That is the sphere of fog. Where did you want it centered? Is it like right there?
Mm-hmm.
Does that look good to where it's at?
Maybe just so it catches both passages on the
okay.
right.
Sure.
Okay, that'll be better. Thank you. I can't would Eldon know if I can toll the dead from range without being detected? Verbal somatic.
It told the dead, I'm pretty sure, makes a noise when you cast it.
Yeah. I wasn't sure how that is. I always picture ringing a bell over their head,
Right.
but I don't know how it works. So
Yeah, I would say that's your prep. The Selfina or Arthur want to go next? I guess Selfina because she's here.
Yeah. I'm just gonna. Would you allow me to get, because this is where the horse is in? Is this just a little like post, or it's not like in glass, right?
Nope.
It's not like
Yeah,
windows.
it's kind of just like one of those posts they put out in museums to keep kids out.
Yeah. Is it reasonable enough to basically keep stealthing? And what I want to do is just basically go straight this way, and just hide in this by this back wall.
Sure.
Okay. Just wanting to get closer, potentially in case stuff goes down, but also want to be quiet because, surely nobody's going to set off an alarm.
Yeah. And at this point, you notice that Eldon casts a spell, which
Yep.
disperses fog over there. Not sure how they're going to react to that, but we'll see.
Gets even quieter.
Artie, what you doing?
That's a good question. I feel like my thing that I was looking into, I wouldn't do until we were in combat. So, also my plan to use plant growth on the succulent was a dumb idea because I need to grow like a much broader area of plants, not just a singular plant. So, Artie will come in. He'll see all the creatures and he'll just put the one succulent he held on to like gently on the ground by the door.
Okay.
Not wanting him to get hurt or anything. Maybe could I also giving my stones, making them into magic stones. That doesn't require concentration, right? I
don't think so. A cantrip, magic stone.
Right.
Nope, no concentration.
Okay. I will bless my 3 stone companions then. So that gives you up to 3. So they're all sparkly in my pocket now.
All right.
That's
Yeah. So some of you are making preparations. Some of you are mad dashing for loot. Eldon also makes his way for a display case of stuff. He hands some things over to people. And yeah, I have every roll initiative as the alarm is triggered off of Craffy opening the case of weapons.
Oh no.
Angel roll his. I thought I saw his somewhere. 12. Alrighty.
Nice.
Found. Oop. Back. First up's going to be Mr. LeGoyne McCloyne.
So what do we see as the alarm goes off? What kind of reaction do we get from our vantage point?
From your vantage point, you hear the shrilling screams of hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of undead. And they don't. The alarm's sounding throughout the facility, right? So it's not like Traffy's the source of the noise. But it does alert them, and they do look about, and eventually, most of them turn their attention throughout the room to the people who are now here.
Marvelous. Okay. Let's see. What am I going to do? I would like... I'm going to run out and cast a spell. LeGoyne doesn't do that very often, but he is going to... from his place behind the ship, he notices Traffy setting this alarm off. I'm going to run back around the bow of the ship, and I'm going to, I guess, Arthur would be the only one to see this happen, or Selfina if she's looking at me. I'm going to load another canister from my pouch, and I will launch what seems like a small balloon 60 feet out this way, right into the center of this walkway.
Okay.
Here. And I'm going to cast Grease.
Okay. And what is the area of effect on Grease?
It is a 10-foot square centered on a point within range. The range is 60 feet, and it turns into difficult terrain for 1 minute. So anybody that crosses that path has to make a DC 17 Dex save.
Sweet. And that area look right for you.
Yep, that's perfect.
All right.
Right at the stairwell.
Grease is greased up. What else for you, sir?
So I have this seed. I'm assuming throwing this plate would be an action, correct?
Correct.
Okay. In that case, I'm going to unsheath my sword and take cover back around the port side of this ship and hope for the best. That's my turn.
Right. The swarms of zombies that are accumulated on the stairs react first. They don't move super fast necessarily, but for kind of this mass of limbs and body parts and people, it's kind of terrifying that this just lump of flesh is moving about the area. This one is going to make its way up to Traffy. This one steps through a DC 17 Dex, you said?
Yes, please.
Okay, and it falls prone on failure.
Yes.
I'm sorry, that was a question.
I believe so. Let me look.
The new thing where it like moves 5 feet forward, falls prone, like takes half his movement to get up, like has to do another save because he's trying to move through it.
Yes. Falls prone on a failure.
Okay, is it still... what am I doing? Still difficult terrain regardless, though.
Yes, it is difficult terrain for the duration, and then the saving throw on top of that.
Okay. It does make the saving throw, but it does take difficult terrain, so... yeah, that's a greasy pile of zombies.
Love that.
This one... Selfina, you'd rolled insanely high on stealth.
Yeah, it was like a 32.
These guys don't smell you as you come through. Don't have line of sight on you. This one's gonna shuffle forward towards McGloin. And this one comes here and is going to notice Artie first. So shuffle his way up.
No, my boy.
I'm trying to select cloud. Where is fog cloud? Heavily obscured.
Yeah, it's this like blinded condition. A big opaque fog. Not a patchy fog, it's heavily obscured. Yeah.
Okay. This I goofed. I goofed. Okay. This one over here begins to make its way through. Do not have line of sight on the other one. I guess I have to hide things from you guys since you have full vision. And that's it for that. Selfina, it is your turn.
What would you consider it to be to make an assessment of these creatures to see basically what their CR rating is, or if a turn effect would work? That'd be a full action, bonus action, reaction.
I don't know. Sell me on something.
Okay, so I guess the idea behind this is that this is a mass of corpses, right? Even though they're acting as, you know, like you're not gonna put 600 zombies on this map. Right?
Yeah.
So I guess her thinking behind it is, okay, if I can get close enough to these things, even though there's a bunch of them, do I think that there's enough power from destroy undead, turn undead, if I catch them, that they will just basically be incinerated? I guess that's her kind of her logic behind trying to figure this out, right? Because it is a little, like, again, you know, we only see in this case, you know, on the left side of the map, there's 3 of them, but there's not 3 creatures. There's like 3 hordes of, or 3 swarms essentially, right?
Yeah.
I honestly, I think that regardless, she's going to do it anyways because she wasn't expecting Traffy to do that. So,
I would say you've never encountered undead like this, so you really, to answer your question, you have no idea.
okay.
Um,
Yeah, because it would theoretically, it wouldn't be anything like remotely like this. This is like abomination undead, right?
yeah. I will leave your guess to as if it would work or not up to you as a player.
Okay. That being the case, I'm gonna fucking fearing for old man port gas. I fucking hate how this works. 5, 15, 20, 25, 30. I can't see what fucking square that is. Okay. I'll move 30 feet. Well, actually, do I have any extra movement going through this little fence?
No, you're fine. You're not that short.
Yep.
You're not groundhog short.
Yep. Basically, whoop, that snaps in weird. Tiles are weird. I think that was right.
Yeah,
these
I
tiles-
said the tiles on grid is not my favorite.
I was like, why is it trying to put me up here?
All right, hold on. Yeah, I can darken the grid some.
Yeah, you should be able to change the color of the grid lines. Make it like pink or something so we can see it.
Yeah,
Oh,
black doesn't help really that much.
Black makes it worse, if anything.
20, 25, 30. That actually helped me a lot.
There you
Oh,
go.
there.
10, 15, 20, 25, 30. Okay, yep. She's gonna fucking haul ass over there and then do a fucking. Nope, not that. Trying to remember how to do this.
It's 30 feet radius, right?
Yeah, 30 foot. I think
Okay.
we should be within 30.
Yep.
Do a turn undead.
Oh boy.
At the very least, it'll give Traffy time to turn around and not get jumped.
Wisdom saving throw.
Yep. DC 16.
Okay. The first one. The first one fails, and to your surprise, instantly shatters.
Oh shit.
As all the zombies in this collection erupt with divine energy.
Take
The
that.
second
Yes.
one saves. The one approaching your rear at this point. The third one also fails and also erupts with divine energy.
Nice.
Well played.
Thanks. And that was my action. I guess thematically, there's not a lot of like religious iconography on Selfina because she worked with wizards essentially and doctors. But there is a set of like pearl earrings that she has on that she kind of focuses her finger on, and that's kind of where the energy kind of emanates from. It kind of pulses like a shockwave, and there's like kind of like a translucent purple ripple. It's like it's like, oh shit, did it work? And then all of a sudden it's just like okay, well, most of that worked. Then she whips around and realizes the one that's closest to her did not get affected. It's unfortunate. And a bonus action will do a second level spiritual weapon.
Okay.
Whipped out a scythe in front of her at the creature.
All right. Andrew, it's your turn.
Oh, did I?
Andrew. Andrew.
When I cast a spell, I can make a melee spell attack too.
Oh, hi, Mark.
Oh, yeah. You get to do on it when you cast it, right?
But
Yeah.
Yeah, go
just
for
so you
it.
know, it won't be turned anymore.
Yeah.
Like if it takes damage.
It made it save.
Oh, okay. Never mind. Sorry.
Yep. 24 to hit.
That hits.
Oh, so that's how the turn.
Whoops.
Okay. The turn works.
Whoa. That fucked me up. I accidentally clicked the thing at the bottom that has the names, and I set myself as Zenthris, and that really confused me. Like, what the fuck?
All right. So
9 force.
It's crazy. I can set myself as Michael Fitzko.
oh, hey.
Yeah, like he'd ever be here.
Right.
But she's playing Destiny right now.
So
That's not
I
true.
assume Eldon's concentrating on this darkness or fog, or I think you said fog.
Yes,
Yeah.
it is a bunch of cloud of fog. What kind of
Okay.
damage is the spiritual weapon? Is it
Spiritual weapon.
It's force.
okay?
Of course. Yeah.
Lagoin, you went over to the boat, and what else did you do?
I am behind the boat, and I cast grease on
Okay.
this square down
Okay, the
here.
square. Okay. I promise. I totally forgot. I didn't mean to do that.
You just see a very, very concerned Selfina face looking towards you.
Also worth noting that Eldon's also at the other one at this point too. So
Yeah.
Trappy wouldn't even notice it. He's pretty perceptive. Maybe he would. He's gonna pick up the javelin and be like, "Well, we'll see what it does," and he'll chuck it at this one by Selfina.
right, you sir have picked up a +3 javelin. So go ahead and
Oh.
make an attack roll.
Yeah, mama.
Who has Michael Fitzko's name?
I have there is a campaign area where I just had people's names as their tokens.
Add 3.
So I have a token that's
Both
Michael
have it.
Fitzko.
That's
Yeah.
funny.
Does a 14 hit?
A 14 does hit.
Nice. Does it add anything to damage, or is the +3 just to the hit?
It adds to both.
Okay, so add 3 to this damage. 15. That was sweet.
You have a
And
+11.
what?
You have a plus
Yeah.
11 to damage.
Mhm.
Jesus.
Let me look at my spells quick. What slots do I have left? 2 and whatever. I'll save one of each. Yeah, and then I'll just throw one of my regular javelins again at this gentleman.
Okay.
$18 to hit. And 14 damage.
Yeah, you dig a couple pretty meaty sticks into the mass. You do seem to notice that much like fighting swarms of any type, the mundane damage types seem to not be as effective
Okay.
because you're kind of single targeting a large group.
Okay.
But it does penetrate a few things and thins out the herd.
Did the magical javelin seem to do more damage or not? No? Okay.
Yeah, it's not a matter of it being magical or not. It's a
Okay.
matter of just the
It's a physical damage as opposed to a magical area effect.
yeah. Basically, you're single targeting something that's 100 targets.
Okay.
Somebody's getting up to no good.
And I will, well, even with that, I will try and get towards this guy. Yeah. I will. I think that's next to him. Whatever. Here, there. I'm up against him.
Okay.
That's me.
Brings us to big boy. Those of you who can even have a line of sight back here,
I might be able to see.
more so than seeing it, you hear it and feel it as this ginormous mass of zombies begins to just pool towards you guys and shake the entirety of the room.
Gross. Somebody asked about CR ratings before I forget.
Yeah.
Was that answered, or is that
It was answered when they shattered.
okay?
Yeah.
Okay. Because one of my
Basic-
design things is I can, but it only affects the CR of certain things.
Yeah, so I think
Yeah, you
mine
should
is
be
at-
able to do that. Yeah.
it's CR1, I think, for my Destroy Undead. Yeah, 1 or lower for 8th level cleric.
Okay.
That was for the little babies.
Right. Groundhog. Here we go.
All right. So hopefully, when I'm over here at the display, I'm not opening it the way Traffy did, but I'm jumping, hoping to cast spiritual weapon and then jump behind the case to hide. Is it about the size that I could do that because I'm tiny?
It is too tall for you to hop over it like that, but there is space for you to hide back there.
So I could,
So
I could
no
run
and yes.
under it
Yeah, you could run along the side around it and hide back there.
and I could hide. Okay. So
Or we'll
Which is-
take cover.
that's part of that. Spiritual weapon, 2nd level spell. I want to see the range. So that should be a 60-foot range. I should be able to get it towards any of those dudes.
I believe you have control of that rapier.
Okay, thanks.
You should.
Not yet.
No?
I can refresh.
No, I might have just dorked it. No.
Here, I'll use the light. There you go. The camera.
Can be added and controlled by all players. Should be able to.
No.
You sure?
Yeah.
Okay.
But let's do oh, there you go. No, never mind. That was the light that was in front. So anyway, so that's my bonus action. My action is to hide. Does that require or take up, like it comes into play on the first turn, I think. just
Rephrase
says-
your question.
It just says when you cast the spell,
Oh, yeah, you can attack with it the first time
you
you cast it.
you make it, and it doesn't like use up my action, right?
Nope.
Okay. So I'll use an attack on that guy.
Okay.
That ought to hit, right?
Oh, yeah.
Sweet.
I'll roll damage.
So 7 force.
Okay.
Does bless strikes work with that? Probably not.
It does not.
Cantrip or weapon. Assuming they're meaning physical weapon.
Correct.
Then that's my turn.
Right. Arthur Choke.
Okay. I don't know if I want to take all this time to do this, 'cause these things take actions, but I feel like before the big thing gets near. If I were to this turn use bark skin, but then next turn wild shape, does that AC 16 stick with my wild shape?
I would have to read Wild Shape.
Okay. I tried looking it up, and
I
Reddit
don't-
said yes, but I wasn't sure.
Reddit said yes.
Yeah, it says, 'cause it says bark skin makes AC at least 16. As long as it's concentration though, so as long as my spell lasts. That's what Reddit said. But again, you can decide.
Yeah, sure. I don't want to slow things down too much.
Okay. I mean, it's
We'll
gonna
say
take
that
up
works.
some of my turns, but I just want to get a little less fragile than my AC 12 or whatever I'm sporting right now.
Poor Arthur.
Um, so in that case, I'll just move over here because that one is in pursuit of me, right? It saw me.
Correct.
It's gonna try to get me. Okay. Trying to think of how far it moved to get to this point. Is it kind of slow? I'll just go to like a tad further, I think. And then I will use bark skin there.
All right. Anything else in your turn, sir?
Nope, that's all I can do.
All right. Top of the round, Lagoin.
Okay. I am. There's no way for Lagoin to know what else is in the case that Traffy found, right? Like, there's no reason for me to have that knowledge without going and looking myself.
Yeah, without going looking.
All right. We are. Okay. I obviously see the horde. They're right in front of me. I'm gonna step out, and I'm gonna use my bomb. I'm gonna throw that plate strapped with the seed and the sedative canister.
Okay.
And I'm gonna throw it right into this horde of zombies.
Okay. Go and make a ranged attack throw.
Let's see. Range attack for me would be +7. Cool.
Okay.
23.
It's a heavy thing you're throwing. But yeah, it makes it there. Where is the explosive seed here?
Explosivo.
I think it was wasn't it a item that Brad had?
Yeah, detonating an impact. Okay. Okay, so first we're gonna make dex save for the exploding seed, which it makes, oddly enough. D8. Do one of you want to roll a D8 for explosive damage?
Carla.
D8. 4.
Okay, we'll take half. Okay. Yeah, and the contents of the sedative explode on impact. Nothing immediately seems to take place from what you can see, but you have sprung your sprung.
Great. And as a... So... I want your discretion here, because the way that this is worded, and the way that you have these kind of explained, is a little gray. So the blood curse of binding. As a bonus action, I can attempt to bind a large or smaller creature that I can see within 30 feet of me. The way that these are like amalgamated, is this considered a swarm or a single mass of different limbs and stuff.
I would allow you to bind one of the smaller ones. Yeah.
All right, I'm gonna use the rest of my movement to kind of back up towards this desk, and I am going to attempt to bind this mass right here. And it is a DC 17 strength saving throw.
It is a failure.
Nice.
Failure.
It is restrained.
It is, the speed is reduced to 0, and it cannot take any reactions until the end of my next turn.
Okay.
I would like to amplify that.
Okay.
So I'm going to take some damage. I'm going to take necrotic damage to the tune of 5. And it's going to last for 1 minute as long as it fails the save. So at the end of each of its turns, it can reattempt. But as long as it fails, it is stuck there and can't react until it succeeds the save for a minute.
All right.
Great. And that's my turn.
All right. The mobs are up next here. Mob 1 here is going to. It is going to lash out at Traffy.
Go ahead and try, bitch.
Got him.
The first thing it's going to do is it's going to swarm around Traffy and share the same space as him.
Don't like that.
Oh,
Don't
Uh,
storm me.
As it swarms you, they're going to bite and scrape at you.
No biting.
A 21 to hit.
Yes. Yes.
And that is
Wait,
eight
wait,
points.
hold on.
I had to think about that.
No, wait 1 second. Wait 1 second. I have a feature. Let me check my shield master thing.
It's for dex
Oh no,
saving
never
throws.
mind. It's a dex saving. Yep,
Yeah.
you're right. Okay.
Okay. It is 8 points of bludgeoning damage.
8 points. 8.
And then 21 to hit.
Mm-hmm.
As some of the mouths get around you
Mhm.
and bite, you're going to take 7 necrotic damage.
Okay.
You are going to take 1 point of charisma damage.
Oh shit. Okay. That's not good.
And then I need you to make a strength saving throw for me.
Hold on, let me override my score. I don't know how it saves, but strength saving.
Okay. Yeah, easy enough. You're a super strong guy. You're just in the process of kind of brushing pieces of zombie off of you throughout all of the mess as they try to kind of constrain you. But they still occupy your space, but they are not restraining you at this moment.
Okay. Oh, didn't mean to do that. My bad.
All right. Next guy is not going anywhere.
Let me have him.
He is going to attempt to fling some body parts at Legoin.
Here, take a hand.
He's gonna hit Sorry, I believe a 27 hits, right?
Man, just by a hair.
It's right here. You're gonna take 5 points of bludgeoning damage as a clot of body parts is flung at you.
Hate that.
And then it makes saving throw at the end of its turn, right?
Yes.
Just say Dex 17 or something. Doesn't matter. Whatever it is, it fails. Strength. Yeah, it fails.
Yep. Technically,
Eldon.
that doesn't even start until his turn after my turn, because the curse
Oh, you're right.
lasts
You're right.
until the end of my next turn, and then he can re-roll after that. So
Oh, he fails that throw when it
failed
comes up.
either way.
Eldon, as you hide, I need you to make another saving or another stealth check for me, please.
Okay.
And I believe you still would have had your pass without trace, so you can still add your plus 10. I believe it's almost impossible for you to roll worse.
I don't think it's. I don't think pass without trace is concentration, is it? Or is
I
it?
don't know. That's a good question.
I feel like it never comes up in combat.
Yeah. Okay. So 19 was the check. That's
It
not
is
trace.
concentration.
Concentration. Yes. Okay. You duck and take cover. This horde does not notice you though. It is going to shoot its way on over. It is also going to throw some body parts at the going. That one is a 16 to hit.
16 misses.
Okay, this guy is making his way through the fog.
I go my way.
And does spot Eldon as he is scurrying away to his hiding spot, but does not make it any further than there. And that brings us to Selfina.
Gonna do bonk. Do scythe bonk. Scythe stab stab. On the one that is swarming Traffy.
Okay, go ahead and roll a hit.
16.
16 hits.
Did you bonk? 7 force.
All right. Between everything you guys have been doing to it, you thin it out, and Traffy is just covered in gross body parts now that are not animate.
I'm just like punching randomly inside, just swinging everything.
Shaking along.
Yeah.
Like, yeah. You have
Next,
like one, got a hand that's like stuck on your arm. You're just like, ugh.
that was disgusting.
Oh boy. And then-
It is worth noting that as you kind of cut through the center of these things, it does almost appear that there's like it's still an amalgamation of body parts, but it seems like there's like this gross center that is this 7 pieces of human made into a bigger piece of human that is at the center of this. That also has a swarm of zombies around it.
Oh god, that makes me think. In a good way. It's almost enough to make me change what I'm gonna do. Fuck. Okay, so that one's dead, the one that's on Traffy.
Correct.
Okay. out of concern for the fucking giant thunderous corpse moving. Selfina will. Let's see. We'll move 5, 10. Hi, kitty. I'm trying to get line of sight on these assholes.
Okay.
Specifically,
I will say that this is one large mass moving. I just have to use several tokens to articulate that well.
oh, I did not know that.
It's one thing, not 3 different things.
Well, fuck. That makes me feel a little bit better. I thought it was 1 really, really big thing and 2 really, really big things. Shit. I imagine the little ones are like its feet. Like the center is the mass, center mass. Yeah, fuck it. I'm still gonna do that. I'm going to look at it and be very scared of it because it is much bigger than I am. And Selfina will reach into a pouch and grab a handful of dust and just kind of spritz it across the air. And then do and gesture an arcane sigil and cast confusion on the thing that is coated by sedative.
Let's check. Confusion.
Yep, it's a 4th level. There you go. It's a fun one. It's the one that fucking goblin shaman had.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. What's the saving throw?
It is 16 wisdom. Roll bad.
It rolled a
Yeah.
natural 19.
Nitro.
Fuck.
And still almost fails to save, but it does succeed.
Go hit. Okay. Worth a shot.
Nowhere in that spell does it say charmed, so
Yep.
it
It is really interesting the way it's worded.
would have been effective.
Yeah. So whenever it's talking about spiritual weapon, it says as a bonus action you can move the weapon up to 20 feet and repeat the attack.
Mhm.
Would you say that if I have attacked with it, I can no longer move the 20 feet?
Yeah, I imagine it's kind of like part of the
Spend it.
the attack is it moves and it swipes.
Okay. So I moved 10 feet, did that as an action, went, welp, and then I'll go 5, 10, 15, 20 feet back here.
All right, brings the Traffy.
Alrighty. I will. Let's touch. Mm,
Hi, baby.
that's +9. Yeah, I'll just go in with my great axe. Let's see how far away this guy is. Ooh, I can't make it. Yeah. I will. I don't know. Whatever is next to him. I don't know which one.
Yep, it's good.
I'll come up to this guy and yeah, I'll swing my axe. Fuck it.
Just going for it.
Just keep blasting.
I like the image of Traffy just going like running towards this like gigantic like looming abomination of like hands and feet. Just like I can't miss with this.
Yeah, it's gonna hit.
6. And then I'll hit again.
Hey, George.
Or I'll try to hit. Oh, natural 20, baby!
Whoa! When you get that
Need to night-night.
that's smite, I'm gonna smite if you get a natural 20.
I'm
Nice.
definitely going to smite on a natural
Oh
20.
fuck yeah. That's the only time to smite.
I have
It's a
2.
baby.
I'll do this first slot. And then, okay, I gotta look at how to do it again. Divine Smite. 2d8 extra radiant damage plus 1d8. Oh, no, that's not. Plus, okay, so I do 3d8 times 2, so 68.
Wait, are you assuming this is undead?
I'm trying to assume. 68 plus 2d12 plus 9.
Nice.
Okay, I'm gonna do it in here. 68 plus 2d12 plus 9. So
Not bad.
37, 40, yeah, 46.
Yeah, would you like to describe Traffy's courageous moment where he walks up to a 20-foot high pillar of undead zombie corpses?
He runs up and he's like probably just swinging his axe in like a vertical windmill or horizontal windmill. And then after the first one slices, you just see his tattoos and eyes just light up. Again, much like the Avatar, and filters down through his axe and then just blasts up at the bottom of the pillar with the extra smite, and it just kind of blows some of the zombie horde just to the side and blows it away.
Yeah, it's a sizable chunk of energy that just sends 20 or so bodies just flying from this mass.
And then
Anything else in your turn, sir?
Then he just hunkers down with his shield, ready to take it on.
Sophia wouldn't do this, but I'll do this. I'll fan myself because that was sexy.
That being said,
Nice.
there's
I'll
still
try to push the creature.
yeah, it fails. The swarm of zombies quickly reinvigorates and immediately overtakes Traffy. You see this entire hallway flood, and any sight you guys had on Traffy from before is immediately gone. He has vanished into a sea of bodies.
Swinging his ass 1 second, then gone the next.
The first thing I need you to do, Andrew, is I need you to roll a Constitution saving throw.
Okay.
As you get close to this, and the stench of it is overwhelming.
Stinky.
You're immune to disease, correct?
Immune to
So-
disease and critical hits.
This is neither.
24.
Okay. You've used the bathrooms here before. Security guys are vile. This is nothing.
Is better than the 4 bathrooms.
Next, it is going to make a couple attacks against you.
Mhm.
The first one's going to miss. The second one is going to hit. That was really shitty rolls. It is 8 points of bludgeoning damage.
Okay.
and you are. I have you make a strength saving throw.
Okay.
Okay.
And I'm going to
Um,
do Hellish Rebuke as a reaction.
Okay. So you saved. Much like the smaller mass, this one's much heavier and harder to shrug off, but you are still somehow able to move throughout the area. You're not crushed under the weight quite yet.
Not yet, but
Not yet. Um, and you did manage to, while you're moving throughout the area, kind of shrug off zombies that were trying to take bites of you.
okay.
And what is the saving throw for Hellish Rebuke?
It is Dex 15.
That is a failure. Double damage.
You're also inside of it.
Shit, nice. So I think if anybody was seeing this, like you see this overtaking of Traffy, and then like a few seconds later, you just see like a and you see some like, red light inside of it.
Oh my
Yeah,
god,
little-
he digested him.
A little explosion happens. A couple more body parts just go flying off the top.
And it's fire damage. I don't know if that makes a difference or not, but 16.
It does not. That's 16 points of damage.
Yeah, I rolled a
Um,
9 and a 7. That's great.
You rolled better than he did. All right, that brings us to Groundhog.
Okay.
Hi, Monk.
When I'm trying to stay hidden,
I gotta hop out, guys. I'll see you next week.
See ya.
Okay.
Carlos,
To everyone else, do we want to get through Eldon and Artie's turns, and then we can wrap up?
Yeah.
Yeah.
We'll
My
top
turn
the
to be
round.
super fast.
so when I was trying to stay hidden, that was one turn, and then the guy came out of the fog cloud and noticed me. You said.
Mhm.
Okay. So in essence, he beat my stealth roll or something.
He did.
Gotcha. But could I try to rehide, or did I have to find like a new object to hide behind?
You would have to create new circumstances to be hidden.
Dang. If only I moved faster. I could use all my dash, but then I wouldn't take the hide action. If I dashed into the fog cloud, he'd be blinded in there. Well, that might work. But he's also pretty slow, so maybe I'll just kind of stick to.
You've seen a few of them move around. They're not super slow, but they're not super fast either.
Then
If one would give it a number of feet,
I
they
still
would
have
say
some
it was
distance,
a
but okay. So I use my movement, move out from the display case.
They move about 21 miles per hour.
That's fast as fuck.
And then I'll
God damn.
that's fast. And then I'll search the nearest painting with my action.
Can I critique some art?
There
museum?
is not painting on that wall. They would be like on these southern walls down there.
Oh, so they're actually marked on the map. Okay.
Yeah, like all these like plates
Can I-
and stuff. There's
can I
painting
search-
there.
Can I search the printing press instead?
Sure. What are you looking for?
I guess. What is this printing press is famous for? I don't know,
Paper.
like religious things, news papers. Like what is? How did this printing press get here? And what's its significance to the facility?
Go ahead and roll investigation check.
Have you ever played a rogue, Brad?
Why?
Because you're doing shit that I would do as my rogue,
Yeah.
Oh,
and I love it. Please keep going.
let's see. Investigation.
As a rogue, I absolutely would have fucking looted that display case, though.
Yeah. Yep.
I would have checked it for traps.
Yeah, and then looted it. Yeah.
3020. This printing press is here because this facility does a production. They've like I say, they invented the printing press, but they have very successfully mass produced these, specifically for like educational and research institutes that like to print out and publish their research and educational texts. So they're not the first person to rock, but they're the Elvis Presleys of the printing press.
Hell yeah.
Nice.
That's the front for all the terrible shit that they do in the back, right?
Yeah, that is one of their fronts.
Yeah.
So associated with distributing research and everything. Okay.
And those are typically the people that they associate with, is like other research institutes or scholarly names be the people who would buy these. It seems designed for books as opposed to like a paper press necessarily for like newspaper or anything like that.
Nice.
Okay.
Brad, I appreciate you keeping me on my toes as an improv DM.
There you go.
Nice.
The bonus action, attack the zombie mask next to the spiritual weapon.
Sure, normally damage.
I roll that. Roll to hit.
Or yeah.
I mean, god damn it. Where
They have
did
a
it
super low AC, so
You have to like go back to the spell list and everything and find it. There you go. Beyond 20 is nice, but I'm getting used to it, so. Oh
when it
no.
works.
10
They
to
have
hit.
a low AC, and it is a 10. Go ahead and roll damage.
Oh, hey.
hey, come on, hey.
Hey, there you go.
I thought it was a 12. It is actually a 10.
I'm surprised it's that low. I thought it would have been a little bit higher.
Aw.
Like Shaun of the Dead Zombies, very slow moving.
Yeah.
So I'm kind of thinking the big
You can hit them with vinyl records.
Yep.
Yeah. 6 force damage. You
Yeah.
fling a good chunk of damage right off the top. Cool. That brings us to Artichoke.
All right. I will. Okay. Presumably, in as many years, would Arthur have seen a giant vulture before?
Sure. Why not?
Great. All right. So he'll transform wild shape into a giant vulture. And since that's my action, I want to fly over here next to McCloyne.
Say
Good lord.
vulture. Awesome.
Yeah. And this is what I want to do, though.
Against
as a-
carcasses?
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. As a bonus action, can I just like lick my beak and look at like at least this one right here, like hungrily, and see if I can like frighten it or make it somehow
Intimidate.
uncomfortable?
Um,
This rolling mass of arms and feet and body parts.
And my
sure.
little vulture stomach just
I would like
growling.
you. Actually, as wild shape, you get to keep your charisma as you, so you can
Your
roll.
mental. That's
Yeah, you can roll an intimidation check.
Okay. Oh, do I need to keep my?
It's a -2 for a vulture, so I don't know.
It's a -2 for me as well. So I am
Yeah.
one with the vulture. I was just all right. Intimidation. Here we go. $14.
What is this?
Okay. You let out a pretty frightening call at this thing.
Mhm.
Whatever you're doing to intimidate it. But after a few seconds pass, you kind of realize that this is if this were a farm that it would be the scarecrow and you would be the crow. You know.
okay. Yeah.
Also, above game, swarms of zombies are immune to a lot of things, and frightened is one of those things.
Okay. Yep.
Yeah, I think that's it for your turn. Anything else?
Nope. That's it.
Action bonus, action movement. Sweet. That's top of the round. We can pick up there next week.
Yeah.
Actually, not next week because Trent will be gone, right?
Oh yeah. I will be. Thank you for reminding me.
Trent will be gone. Yeah, we just take a week off and
Cool.
Yep.
August, Jesus, August
August
7th.
7th. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah,
Augie 7.
Very
Cool.
nice.
there you
Sounds
go.
good.
Yeah, nice.
Thanks for
All right.
playing.
Yeah,
Yeah,
good stuff.
good game. Good
Stuff.
game.
Thanks.
See you guys.
Bye.
Have a good night. Bye.
Bye.
Night.